Folks, Bob Mannery here, and you're listening to Agree to Disagree, the flagship, only on A2D Radio. Uncle Sweeps, Nick Delgazzo, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These three guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want.
Agree to disagree. A2D Radio. Wilson says it's better after a loss. I'm always going to be on the side. It's better after a win on here. So, welcome.
We feel better after a win.
Welcome. Tom Arnone, Nick Delgazzo, Brian Wilson, Greg Milakovic over there on the ones and twos. The family out there joining us from all over. We got tons to talk about. Our show is brought to you, though, by ATSSportPicks.com as well as Specialized Physical Therapy. The Doc, Kleinman, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations.
Doc.
On the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. We'll let you know more about ATSSportPicks.com and promo code A2D. Get yourself 20% off. We got a lot to talk about, though. Crumb of the day, like always, around the NFL, or crumb of the week. Around the NFL, studs and duds. Confidence level moving forward for our Philadelphia Eagles. And we'll preview the Eagles-Bears game next week as well a little bit. Eagles versus Bills recap, standout stars, all that, and whatever the hell you guys want to talk about. Ties right into our poll question. The Eagles will win the NFC East. Do you agree or disagree with that statement? Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. A2D Radio is where you can find us and all the podcast family out there. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, Google Play, and SoundCloud. We are everywhere. Just search A2D Radio. Listen, I know I'm not going to overreact to what was today. I'm not going to overreact to it.
Appreciate you starting like that.
But what I'm going to say is, it could have went the other way. You are going. Granted, they haven't beaten anybody. They did play New England tough there, so you felt like you were going to be in for a tough game, win or lose, honestly. But the way you played over the last 2 weeks, this ship could have sank. It really could have sank today.
You could have took nothing for granted. Absolutely.
Yeah, it could have sank today because. Whatever, guys just quit on their teammates, themselves, and everybody around them. But the opposite happened today. The opposite did happen. It was good to get a 3-and-out right on the first drive of the game. Like every team essentially goes and scores on us when they get the ball first or whenever they get the football.
Well, they led after the first quarter. A lot of firsts today.
A lot of firsts feel good about.
Got into the second quarter. It was like, what is that? What's that feel like?
And the biggest first, guys, to me today was Jalen and Darby on the field together.
Yeah, that's true.
Now 14-5 on the field together. They both mean so much to this football team, and especially defensively when we've been getting crushed throughout the air. Right? They both tackle well in the run game. We tackled better today. Josh Allen's going to make some plays on his feet. I get that. Sometimes you're can we wrap up one time? But defensively, we got pressure. We essentially created 3 turnovers or 3,
a huge play by Darby when the game was still in the balance. 11-point game. They went for 4th and 10. We know what the conditions are, so they opted not to kick a field goal. Fine, probably the right decision. Great play by Darby. Get your head around and defend, knock that ball down.
Yep.
Yeah, we haven't had many pass defend all year. Yeah. Just good to see. Really.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. No,
sorry.
Same time. My bad. But like 14-5 together, and to me, Jalen means so much energy-wise to this defense. And them two together, like I was saying, you're getting torched throughout the air. And to get them two back and get some stability and guys that have won something, and then another thing, guys that are coming off injury makes guys a little hungrier too.
No, it's a good stat. I mean, it's not. I mean, you didn't make it up, so I appreciate you bringing it out there. It's one season, but it's a Super Bowl season, pretty much. I mean, it might be a little bit of a run over somewhere else. I don't know where exactly the 19 games
last year.
Yeah, I mean, but it's got to be a chunk. It's got to be a chunk of the big boy year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it absolutely is. It absolutely
Which is okay. Chunk. I mean, that's a recipe you're talking about. It's not like you're just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Something to talk about.
You're right, because
it means something.
It wasn't last year. Besides the Falcons game and one more maybe. Before Ronald went down, I mean, Darby.
Yeah, third game maybe.
Yeah, so
when he got torched at Tampa, and then he got then he got hurt right when he got hurt. Yeah.
The following week, right?
Yep.
Pretty much. Yeah.
But you got to be excited about the response. We talked about resiliency 2 weeks, and we didn't get the resilient team we thought in Dallas. And listen, it's made this city and this fan base a little down on this football team, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. But, I'm going to continue to say, it could have went the other way today.
Oh,
absolutely. It could have got ugly, but you went in and got a sort of a statement-ish win, because I'm going to air quote that, statement win because you beat up on somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you're doing a good job.
And now you got to keep that energy and that hunger and think everybody doesn't like you. I'd rather this football team, for whatever reason, needs people to quit on all of them. I don't know what it is. I'm tired of having people have to quit on you for you to show up and make a statement game.
Yeah.
You show how good of a football team you can be today, especially when you get the lead and you can pound the football. Right? You get the lead today, you pound the rock down their throats.
Well, right? So much going on.
It's a simple recipe for success, because this offensive line is a better run, and most offensive lines is better at run blocking
especially
than pass protection.
Yeah, especially the people in this area. Sorry, go ahead, bro.
No, I didn't know he was talking.
No, it's all right.
I didn't know if he was with us. He's back.
That's the as for the offensive line, though. That's what they want to do. That's when they inflict punishment. Is when you're running the ball.
Yeah.
They're taking contact when you're passing.
Yeah, get off your heels. Get off your heels.
I mean that's what they want to do.
But we
guys, dominate on the line today.
Yeah, the guys in the area,
against a good football team, a good run defense too.
Being in this area, we kind of expected it, at least I did, especially knowing how the NFL is. I mean, it all started with, obviously, getting embarrassed last Sunday. But then, Lane, before we even get to Scandrick, Lane started the whole, diarrhea of the mouth, leaking some stuff and all that. And then, Scandrick, whether he was a scapegoat, he's not good enough, right? So, he used the right word. He probably was a scapegoat at the time, all right? But he's not good enough. That's the bottom line. So, sour grapes, whatever. He decides to put on a headset and try to be funny and say some things, whether there's some truth to it or not. You knew that was going to, that brought the Eagles together probably as a team. And so it's only one game, but that's the first game you play after all the remarks and with your backs against the wall. So we'll see how it goes going forward. You know what I mean? That's why I like to use the air quotes, like you said. It's not, the statement, it's a statement win for the week. It's a good win right there. Carson played fantastic. Don't worry about his numbers, right? He ran the ball good. A lot of tough runs.
Yeah, third
right?
down runs.
That drive, the start the fourth quarter was fantastic. An 8-minute drive, whatever it was.
Absolutely.
Just absolute stranglehold. You know what I mean?
I think he ran for 3 first downs on that drive.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then we've talked about this before.
The legs look good today.
And I've said
the legs look good when he was moving around.
Hits too. He didn't just slide. He took some hits today.
And I said that to you guys, I think it was last year, question-wise. It was a question I posed to you guys. I understand you don't want to get him injured. All right, that's your guy. All right, but would you rather have a guy for 12, 13 years that maybe half of those years he's a shell of himself because he's not who he is, or would you take 8 years of a guy that's relentless and plays the game? He's a football player, and that's what he does. So you don't want any stupid hits. You want slide when you have to slide. That's great, but that's who he is. I mean, he's a football guy. So you hold your breath when it happens, but he makes plays. Making plays with your legs is part of who he is.
Absolutely. Definitely is. Come on, look at the Deshaun Watsons of the world.
I'm just saying, a lot of guys want him to stay in the pocket and not get injured. It's just like, hey, man, he has to just be able to play the game the way he's known to play his game his whole life.
Football's football. He can get hurt anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So that's why.
Scherzer got hurt sleeping. Changing sports.
Tons of family chiming in, but we'll get to you guys all in a second everywhere. But to the poll question, the Eagles will win the NFC East. Do you agree or disagree?
I mean, as of right now, I guess I'm going to disagree because until we beat Dallas, we're not going to win anything, and we haven't beat them in almost 3 years, almost 2 years. So, but I think that we have a good shot, though. We're right there. It's just going to come down to us or Dallas. So,
No,
today was a big win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Today was a big win. I'm not trying to get ahead of myself.
No,
but today was a big win.
Should you?
No, you started
Today
that
was a big win.
You started that the same way I was going to go. Same thing. It's not enough for me yet. You know what I mean? Like I said, today was fantastic. The week you had, it was desperate. It was a desperate game. You know what I mean? You didn't have to go 3-5 with still 3 good games before. I mean, you still got a bunch of games left, but we know the back end is where you want to get to. And if you can survive that first wave we were talking about, so that's where you want to get to. So, yeah, it's still a little early for me. I have to see the next couple weeks, but yeah, I mean, obviously, can they? Yeah, absolutely. But we'll see how we'll see what Dallas what Dallas is made of the next couple weeks.
They got some tough games coming up.
Did they just dust themselves off in time before with a huge rivalry game right before a bye? Right? Or is that who they're going to be going forward? We'll see.
Well, they got the Giants next week, so you think that they should beat them.
Yeah.
Coming off a bye. Monday Night Football, though, you never know.
Coming off a bye, sure.
Monday Night Football, you never know. But you think they should beat them. But then I think they go Vikings at home, at Detroit, at New England. So, I mean, there's some tough games right there for them right there, too. So, yeah. We got some tough games coming up. They got some tough games coming up. We need to get wins.
Yeah, it's the opposite. Almost the opposite of the Eagles' schedule, right? Because they had the tomato cans early, so now they should be getting.
We get them like the last 5.
I'm saying they should be starting to get theirs because it's like you said before.
We have a lot of division games and the Dolphins in the last 5, right? We got
4 division games. 2
Giants, Washington, Dallas, Dolphins. That's our last 5.
Yep, correct.
Yeah. So we have a tough stretch before that, and right now it's all about. That's what I was saying yesterday or Friday. We were saying it's all about we need to get wins right now. And I'm not really worried. The division's still right there for the taking. But even if we don't win it, we need to start gathering some wins up. That way, hey, we can make it as a wild card team. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we needed to win today, 100%. Would the season been over if we lost? No, but it doesn't look good.
No, that wouldn't look good at all. So you guys both disagree essentially on the NFC East. Correct?
For now.
All right, because I know.
I like the question.
One of the guys.
Halfway through it, it's a good question. Halfway through, you know what I mean? 4-4. 8 games in. I like it. I like the question. For me, yes, it's just.
No, it's fair. Justin Warrington was already telling us that we were wrong before we even answered the poll, and I said, well, we didn't even answer the poll yet. So I mean, how do you know what our feelings are? And both of you guys went disagree, which actually contradicts everything he thought that was going to happen here. So
he thought we were going to agree, right?
Yeah, and the way I operate, there's 2 guys disagreeing here. I got to agree. I mean,
you were going to agree anyway.
I don't know. I don't know where I was going to go. I don't know where I was going to go. Really, I really don't know. How can I sit here and say I know this football team like that right now? I mean, anybody that says that, they are what the record says they are, which is an inconsistent 500 football team. And until I see consistency and pile up some wins, now next week we beat the Bears at home. Okay, then I'm saying I'm stamping we're going to win it because then I'm feeling really good about ourselves.
And guess
you know what I mean? Now you went and beat. Now you went and beat.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Sure wish they would have won today.
The Bears are not a cakewalk.
I never said they were. I'm going to say
that's what I'm saying.
You got to
be careful.
You wish they would have won today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coming in,
I'm telling everybody out there, be careful because the Bears are hungry. They just lost a game they should have won. And they're going to be playing for their life, really.
Yeah. And we're still playing for our lives. Either way, but I get you.
Both teams.
What I'm saying is you'd have 2 big wins against 2 good defenses. Right? I mean, you know what I mean? So if you can pile up, if you can get another win here and you beat 2, good average football teams.
Anytime you beat a solid team on the road, it's a very good win.
Absolutely.
And the Bills are a solid team, and we're on the road. So
what were you going to say? You had something? Oh, well, he was going to talk about that.
I mean, two of the road wins you're talking about. Packers have been very good on defense all year, and the Bills, whoever they played, I understand that they held the Patriots. Nobody else is to a 16-10 game. So I mean, it's coulda, woulda, shouldas. You know, what I mean, that only works in horseshoes and hand grenades. I get that, but they still played a pretty good game against the Patriots, but nobody else has seemed to do that. So. It's 2 pretty good, two defenses that are not bad, and the Eagles went in there and scored 30 burgers on both of those teams.
Yeah.
See, this is what I don't agree with.
And we did in both those games? We dominated on the O-line.
Yes, he did.
Both those games.
This is what I don't agree with. Like Justin DeFalco says we need a cornerback. At this point, I don't think that's our biggest need. With Jalen and Darby back.
D-line now.
With Darby and Jalen back, I'm not in a pressing need for a corner right now. I'm right with you with D-line.
You're where I was a couple weeks ago when I was telling you. I think we're going to get healthy in the cornerbacks, but our D-line is a problem because we got guys that just came off the practice squad. When Tim Jernigan said before the game, He said when they had the D lineman dinner on Thursday nights, he said I had to introduce myself to 2 people this Thursday because I didn't know who they were.
Yep.
That's not a good thing.
That's not a good thing.
That's not a good thing.
And we need Timmy back. Yeah, when you lose Malik and Timmy,
he'll be back soon.
when you lose Malik and Timmy, you're in a bad spot. But Fletcher big time showed up today in a big way, especially early on in that game. I mean, we talk about it. I need to hear your name all day, baby.
Like,
that's all.
I know the stats have been there.
Takes a little break in to get him going.
He's a monster against the run. I get it. You know what I mean? But 1.5 sacks, just put his, forced fumble, put his prints on it early.
Takes a little wife hunting.
Put his
I'll tell you what. I'd love to recover.
Pull out the shotgun every week.
Yep, take the little wife hunting to get a guy going.
Pull out the shotgun every once in a while.
I feel like half the time that we force a fumble, we never force fumbles, but when we do, we don't ever recover.
Well, that's what I was saying at the beginning.
Can we jump on the ball one time?
3 forced fumbles today, and we're able to get on 2.
How about Razul? An easy 2 points.
Me and you were scooping.
Pick the fucking ball up.
Me and you were scooping. So to the poll, the Eagles will win the NFC East. Both guys here disagreed. We'll get to Greg in a second. Listen, I agree. I agree because it's wide open. And, Dallas has, like we were talking about, Dallas has a little bit harder of a schedule later on than we do. And if we can get this Bears win and, listen, New England's at home. I'm not saying we're beating New England because how can anybody say that with a straight face?
No, we're at home against New England.
That's what I mean. We're home against New England. Yeah, we're home against New England. So now we come home for a little bit. So now we're coming home for essentially 4 weeks because you have.
Well, if you're comparing schedules, Dallas is at New England, which you're pretty much saying they're not going to win in New England. You pretty much think that.
Yeah,
we're at home. We got at least a better shot, I would say.
Yeah,
at winning.
better shot. Sure. Better shot. I'm not gonna. I got to see how we play next week before I can jump ahead there. It's a one. It really is a 1-0. 1-0 every week. I know they're talking about that, and that's coach speak and player speak. But essentially, when you get off to the start, you do at 3-4, and now 4-4. It is a 1 week season. Yeah. And this team, for whatever reason, plays better when it's a 1 week season. No, I don't know why. I don't know what. Like internally, it just gets them going. Like thank you, Orlando. Really, thank you. Because some of the things you said had probably validity to it, but like Sweep said, you just said to a bunch of guys who feed off of this. Look at all the off the field stuff. They're all talking. Orlando's talking. Fletcher's got guys throwing rocks through his window, trying to get his old girl out the house.
Fucking.
Right? And then he's got shotgun 911 calls this week, and then Malcolm's talking, saying we don't need that kind of mother fucker in this place.
It was a smooth motherfucker.
And I love it.
Motherfuckers like that.
He was smooth with it. And guess what happened? This is what this football team always needs for some reason.
And guess what? Malcolm played one of the better games he's played all year, I thought, today, too. He made a lot of plays, couple behind the line.
Yes, huge play.
They all played. All the guys that were
Rodney McLeod had a couple big hits today.
Rodney showed up all year. One of the guys that I feel like has been there all year, even on a terrible defense.
I don't know if we can say anybody in the back end has been there all year.
Just tackling wise, he gets his beak wet.
Today he was more evident.
Yeah, he's aggressive. Yeah.
I thought he was more evident today. And like we've said,
nobody's been aggressive back there. I freaking fall in love with a dude who just hits one person a game.
With Darby and
Whenever
Mills
he hits,
back,
he destroys.
We're better in the back end with
We're
Darby
way better.
and Mills back.
Way better. I'm not crowning.
Jones still can't cover
This ain't Legion of Boom. Legion of Boom, but this is a really good secondary when all 4 of these guys are on the field healthy together.
We need Broadham back.
I'm not crowning it, but it's a very good secondary with these 4 guys on the field. And I know Sidney, Sidney Boss, I like him better in the slot anyway. Compared to them two.
He got torched by Bees a little bit today.
He was chasing Cole.
Bees does that to a lot of slot guys, though.
I feel like he always kills the Eagles, don't he?
He does.
I feel like he's an Eagle killer.
Every fucking slot receiver, though, I feel like. Well, he torches a lot of guys. They all do.
No, I'm not saying he's a. I'm not saying.
I know.
The jury's still unknown, but I think for what you have, somebody's like, why is he on the field? Well, you're putting Craig James in the slot. Grow up. All right. If it's him or Craig James, I'm going to take Sidney. I hate to tell you, I'm not thinking a practice squad guy. I just can't do that with a straight face. I can't do it with a straight face. I'm going to take the guy who at least has everybody saw had the talent. If he hasn't anymore, I can't tell you. But what I can tell you is I'll take that guy over freaking Craig James. Now, when Avonte comes back, there's no question. Avonte's in. Make sense? Right? Avonte's back, Avonte's in.
I would hope.
LeBlanc's back before Avonte, LeBlanc's in. You know what I mean?
Frenchie!
Hate to do it to you.
Frenchie!
Crevon LeBlanc.
They're not horrible corners, Justin. They're 14-5 when they're on the field together. That tells you something a little bit. It tells you a little bit.
Great at bat to start the game by trade.
I just don't agree. I don't agree that they're bad corners, them two. And listen, I'll take Jalen Ramsey every day of the week, and I would have traded for him.
Who's bad corners?
Jalen and Darby.
No, they're not.
They're not bad. They're not bad at all.
They're our two best corners, so.
Joseph Frank saying is LeBron coming back. I don't know. Some people have said it. I don't know. You know how it is. It's hush-hush over there when it comes to injuries.
Backup slider, got him.
But I'll tell you one thing. Avante will be back at some point, and he'll get in that slot
He
over.
should be back pretty soon.
Sydney.
He's been practicing a little bit, right?
Yeah, over Sydney. And then, to me, your secondary is very good. Very good. Now it's like, can I get Timmy back too?
I don't know if I'm going to go very good, but it's definitely a lot better.
They got a lot to prove. I mean, so
it's a lot better.
They could decide.
We're pretty much back to the
off.
secondary that we won the Super
Bowl with.
Yeah.
Outside of,
now I know we
it
let
was
up a lot of
Patrick
yards.
Robinson.
I know we let a lot of yards in the Super Bowl, but in the NFC Championship game we didn't let up a lot of yards.
My point is, it's Avante subbing, taking Patrick Robinson's place.
I mean, Brady does that to a lot of people.
And,
I was going to say. I mean, he's been doing his whole career. So.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's Avante in for Sydney, and it's Avante in for Patrick Robinson in that same defense back there. Now, I'm just saying, to me, it's very good in this league. It's very good. It's not great. They're not great. But
listen, they got to do it. That's all.
But the four guys back there have some pedigree and some stuff. Like
it's a lot better than we were.
Malcolm does. Darby does. Darby's been a Pro Bowl. There's guys back there. I think McLeod's probably been the at least one. At least he should have been. Listen, at some point.
From Dougie all the way down.
We're a lot better off than we were 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a good point. And from Dougie all the way down, everybody's got to just stop talking about it and go do it.
But the big one that we need back is Timmy. I mean, Timmy
and Broadham.
Yeah, well, both.
We need Broadham and Jernigan back. We do.
James Tatum, we need a receiver. We need receiver help. Bring the Temple sensation Robbie Anderson back to his old stomping grounds. I wouldn't be mad about Robbie. He can stretch the field. He brings something to the table that we don't really essentially have right this second with Deshaun out. Joseph Frank, Tom, we need you out there at a slot corner. Listen, I'll get handsy. There'll be a lot of flags thrown. I'll tell you that. I'll be pumped.
He'll tell you he runs a 4.7.
I told you I ran a 4.78. 5. Martin Gordon. Nate Gary was all over the field today. Was he?
Jeez.
I don't know.
Nate Gary made a few plays today, though.
He might have.
He got kind of lost.
Is he related to him?
He got kind of lost on that one, obviously, where the TD, which I would rather have him go. I'd rather have you go with the receiver on that, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know why he'd be covering Cole Beasley, but I understand. Yeah, he went to go tackle Allen, so I'm assuming, Eagles are in the zone.
I'm saying I don't know if Allen
Eagles are in the zone.
Yeah,
that's what Jimmy does, and he doesn't make any adjustments.
They were definitely
in the zone. He should not be covering Cole Beasley.
They were definitely in the zone. But the other guy was so far in the back of the end zone that Allen might run him for a touchdown if he stays on Beasley anyway.
Yeah.
So he kind of was in like a lose-lose almost type of situation. But he did make a couple. He had a couple tackles behind the line. He made a couple nice plays, Gary. He's getting better. He's still not very good, but it's glaring when you don't have Broadham in there because then you have Camus and Gary in almost all the time. Yeah. When rather it's just one of them in.
So Mike Real says need a linebacker. And again we just need. We need Nigel back big time. He didn't get it out. Yeah. But Trevor Harris, what's up, fellas? What's up, Trevor?
Trev?
Said he's driving back from Buffalo right now. Trevor, if you get a second, let us know the environment up there because on the 1 Miles Sanders score, I feel like I saw a lot of Eagles fans jumping around. So how was it?
It looked like there was a female fight going on when they scanned the crowd after the Miles Sanders TD. I was hoping maybe I'd catch a video of it, but I haven't seen anything. So.
Well, I'm sure one of the Mafia members ate a fucking turd, and then
So Quentin
did something stupid.
Quentin Bass says
a flaming bag of shit. They ate it in the parking lot.
But to your point, like
poop again.
Like when linebackers make mistakes, it always seems it's more magnified.
Yeah.
Because it's just it's always been the captain position for as many years.
Yeah.
So I hear you. I mean,
we've never really had many.
No. I'm just saying to the Nate Jerry point.
Yeah, Nate. It just kind of sucks because everyone he got trashed for that play. I seen everybody online, but really he was almost in a lose-lose because if he doesn't go after Allen might just run it in, and you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you not tackling the guy? But then he doesn't. He goes after Allen and he just dumps it to Beasley. So it's like
shit happens.
He kind of was fucked either way.
Shit happens with that.
Really, it's just a bad defense because he breaks contain and it's like. That's what I'm saying. Pick your poison.
It happens at every level. Yeah. I mean, there's guys that, when a quarterback gets outside the pocket, especially a guy that's mobile, he's got you right where he wants you. Yeah. I mean, it's like an option.
Why do you think
you got to make a choice? Go ahead.
Why do you think the league's going to more of that style quarterback?
Yeah.
Quentin Bass, how are we making a trade this week? What do you think?
Probably not. For D lineman, I would. I would for a D lineman. I'd love Leonard Williams. I heard someone say Robbie Anderson's name. I don't know. I'm not a big Robbie Anderson guy. He's been suspended multiple times. I think one more suspension is like half a year for him. I don't like guys like that just because he could fuck up.
He's a well-known piece of shit.
Yeah, he's a huge pile of shit. But someone that said Temple guy makes sense. I'm not a big Temple fan, sorry. But I do love Leonard. I like Leonard Williams, though. And he's out there. He's not happy with his spot in the Jets right now. And he's a guy that's a good player. So, I mean, if they want to part with Leonard Williams, I would definitely
I was just going to
try
say,
to get Leonard Williams.
if you're going to go shopping there, you might as well go for a twofer.
Yeah, I mean, I'll throw Robbie in. I'll throw the woman beater in there. That's fine. But
go shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying I wouldn't not. I'd take him. You know what I mean? You want to give a guy away for a 7th or something? I'll take him. I won't be mad at it.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. I'm not giving you a bunch for Robbie Anderson.
Oh no, absolutely not. I think you can
I'll add
get both of them for like a 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, but I'll add to the pot for Leonard Williams. Absolutely, absolutely. Because then I know down the stretch off Jernigan and Williams and Cox. Now I'm a little deeper, right? Than I am right this second. Even with Jernigan back, I'm still not deep enough where I feel comfortable with the Eagles.
We're
not there.
We like to rotate.
Yeah, we're not there. James Tatum says I am a Temple grad. So. Sorry, James.
I got nothing against the school of Temple. It's just it's not in a great area, and I don't like the football program.
Joseph Frank, I love Geno Atkins too. We talked about him for weeks now. You know, I'll take him off their hands as well. I wouldn't be mad about it. Tristan Russo says
NBC.
NBC.
In Bengal land still?
Yeah, NBC reported Eagles plan to be extremely aggressive at the deadline. That's Howie's MO. So I would expect it. If you're asking me, 99.9% chance they make a trade for an above-average player in a position of need. You know what I mean?
If they don't, how do you see the rest of the 8 games going? Standing pat the way they are, getting some guys back from injury, whatever.
I think they're good enough with getting guys back from injury. You know, that's big if Deshaun and Jernigan come back, then I feel a lot better about this football team. Absolutely.
How do they finish with the current roster?
10-6.
10-6. I think they can win in division 10-6.
I think we go 6-2 in the final 8 to go 10-6. Same thing we did. Well, last year we went 6-3 after we started 3-4, right? And we went 9-7.
Who are you losing to? New England? Seattle?
I don't have us losing to New England. I have us winning that game.
Jesus, there ain't nothing left. You might as well eat.
I said that Friday. People were trashing.
Unless you're talking about a Giants or a Redskins loss.
No, I got us losing to Seattle and probably at the Giants because we always lose a game to them every fucking year. Either at Washington or at the Giants, we lose. I feel like every year.
So what you're saying is there could be a 7-1 stretch if you just lose to New England. No, what I'm like you're saying. So you're giving the loss to the Giants, right? So,
or is it at? We already played at Washington, right?
Yeah. No, we played at home.
Or so either at New York or at Washington, we'll lose one of them.
Wow,
games.
Okay, that's interesting because
it's just it'll be one of those weird games where we don't play well.
No, I hear you, but what I'm saying to you is. You know, you take out one of them duds, right? Essentially, you take out one of them duds, and the only team you got to lose to is New England, right?
No, I haven't beat New England.
You haven't lose to Dallas?
No, Seattle.
Seattle. Yep, that's the other one in there. I keep forgetting about. That gets tossed into this cute schedule.
We have Seattle.
Hey, there you go.
But
Give me New England and Seattle.
We do have Seattle and New England at home, though.
Well, 4 straight weeks at home. That's what I'm saying, including the bye. If you had the bye in there, it's 4 straight weeks at home. So there is something to be said about not even getting on a flight for a minute.
Yeah.
There is something to be said about that.
Home cooking for a month. Everybody's happy.
Absolutely.
Yep. And it all starts. Listen, you win this week. I would think they would lose to New England
this is when the season really starts.
Beat Seattle would be my difference there. And then I hear you on losing one of them games down the stretch to either the Giants or Redskins there, but
because you got to win the Dallas game.
But if you get
right,
want to
win the division,
if you get right, and you got them going 6-2, and that's one of the duds in there, then you could make a case that if they get hot. Now I can't make the case right now. You know what I mean? Not right now, but if you're getting hot where you're 6-2 and you're feeling good, then you take one of them duds out there. You very well could be 11-5, but you got to get extremely hot for that. You got to get scorched.
7-1.
There's just too many. There's too many hard teams. Like with New England and Seattle, like that's tough. Yeah. Like that's tough right there.
Everyone's tough. Fucking Chicago could beat us.
I understand. Everybody can beat us, but the Washington and the Giants don't. They're not where I got losses coming from, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
That's just not where mine are coming from.
No, the only problem with that is
I would say you lose back-to-back to Seattle and New England. Now, you do that, or New England and Seattle, you do that, your season's, woo. Even though it's two good teams, damn good teams, you can't.
5-6.
Yeah, you can't.
With that last
you got to be the 6-5 going into that stretch. You have to be. But to me, to me, I think you
So
could.
what happens then, though? I mean, I hear you. I'm saying, let's say that happens. Like, the sky's not falling. It's 5-6 with those 5 left.
Well, I think they can run it,
Yes, we gotta run it.
but I wouldn't feel good about it because you're losing. You know what I mean? You're losing against 2 damn good football teams, but I need one of them.
Yeah.
I need New England or Seattle to feel really good about myself down the stretch, right, guys? Like I have.
I mean, because every year you play to win the Lombardi. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I gotta beat somebody good.
Losers like the Browns just try to get in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like if you're an organization that's successful or trying to do things, you're trying to win everything. All right. So it's not just about creeping in. Yeah. If you're dealing with adversity like the Eagles did last year, Wentz went down. Didn't look good. Won the last 3, snuck in, and then you're like, okay, at least we got in. Now we got a chance. That's all we wanted. That's all we wanted. That's all we want to do is get in. But
everything resets.
You got to talk about what can you
So
do
you're
afterwards.
saying there's a chance.
When you
what I would
get in,
say
what
to
can you do? So
it's
like,
the
I
same
know
thing
what you're
you
saying.
said, right? A statement win in Green Bay. Another real good win this week in Buffalo. That was a 5-1 team, obviously. I mean, they are what their record is. They're not as good as their record, but they still got to win games. You know what I mean? Still got to win games. So they're 5-1, and Buffalo is always a tough place to play. And obviously the conditions today make it even a little tougher offensively.
Sure. Yeah.
And you get out, and that's another good win on the road. So now you have beaten, obviously Green Bay to me is a lot better than Buffalo.
Yes.
But you beat 2 good teams and one really damn good one.
Road
Okay?
games.
Hold
Road games
on.
against anybody are tough.
So now
though.
if you win one of the 2 if you beat the Bears next week, that's 3 good football teams in my opinion still, even though the Bears record doesn't say they are.
They're not bad though.
Okay.
And they'll punch.
And now you give me 1 or 2.
They're
Real quick.
physical defense that's going to try to punch you in the mouth though.
Real quick, now you give me 1 or 2 out of New England, Seattle, then it is a team that can win in the playoffs. Because now you've shown that you can beat damn good football teams, right? Would you agree with that then? Would you feel more?
Well, no, I know what you're saying, but like to your point of also saying you got to win one of those games, especially Seattle, because now you're talking about wild card stuff. Right?
Absolutely.
If you don't win the division, which I pretty much think you have to win the division because it looks like this year is with the Niners are legit. I got news for you people. It's 7 weeks in. I'm not saying
Pretty good.
They're going to win the Super Bowl.
Sweeps.
49ers are
Woo! What did Wilson say? Jordan's going yard tonight, baby. I got him as a captain. Let's go.
Called that.
Let's go.
Apo Taco, too. Good day for it. But you know what I mean? Like, so the Niners are legit. I mean, we've still got a ton of football left, but, so, and in that division, you got the Seahawks 6-2 and the Rams 5-3. So, you're looking at a wild card out of there, at least one of them, and then, the Vikings are still
Well, it's an
6-2,
NFC game,
who
too.
you lost to already. You know what I mean? So then if you lose the Seattle game and you already lost the Vikings game, your chances at 9-7 don't look very good at a wild card. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So,
Greg, do you agree or disagree with the poll? The Eagles will win the NFC East.
I disagree. There you go. I disagree to the poll until they show me that they can win. Hello.
He disagrees. Cut him off. You want to hop on here, Greg?
Look, he takes that. Look at him. Look at this guy.
What's wrong?
Look
It's
at
not
this guy.
working?
Now he takes it.
It wasn't. I couldn't really hear you. Yeah, it
Now
wasn't
yours
working.
kicking out. Answer the damn fucking question.
Put it on.
Not putting the headset off and pulling the woe is me. I saw the look, and the look was a woe is me look.
I wish it was me. It just didn't work.
All right, well now it's working.
I disagree to the poll.
Okay, good to have you.
Yeah, thanks for
My
having me.
God, oh, boy. Look how upset he is. Thanks for having
I'm not upset.
Oh my God! I'll tell Rob to come back so he can come on
my
camera.
God.
It's not going to work anyway.
I know. That's what I was thinking when you were talking. It just worked out exactly how I thought it would. The mic wouldn't work.
I hear you. I need a little stretch too. I need to see winning streaks and consistent
Yeah, I need
football
some
for
consistent. This is a
a
good
couple
start.
weeks in a row. A couple
We
weeks
come
in
to
a
the
row.
Bears, and then even if you lose to New England at home after
Show
a
up.
bye,
Show
but
up.
you play well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's what we were talking about last Sunday. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, it was a tough task going in there, but the fact that you got doored was the embarrassing part.
no
You know what
doubt.
I mean? Nobody showed up.
You win 2 in a row going into the bye, and then you battle and compete against New England. Because they're coming off a bye also.
We're gonna beat New England.
And we might, but they're also coming off a bye, so they're just as tough coming off a bye as we have been in the past as well.
Yeah, they're
Agree.
decent.
Dwayne Johnson said, without a downfield threat,
We got a winning streak against them, Greg. Don't forget that.
it's going to be hard to open up this offense consistently without a downfield threat. And I can't disagree
Our
with it.
downfield threat won't. Apparently, he's just not going to get the surgery. What's going on with him? Is he going to come back? What the fuck is going on with Sean?
It's crazy.
Well, he was not getting the surgery.
I know. I don't know why he just didn't get it on week 2 when it happened. He'd probably be almost back.
A lot of family chiming in over on YouTube. Philly fan 2003 says he thinks the Eagles can go 11-5 at best. Well, yeah. I mean,
7-1 down the stretch. That'd be great.
Cassius Cliff is asking people if they can comprehend. So there's a lot of arguing going on up in this place.
Some comprehension going on up in here.
Mr. Wake Me Up at the Trap.
Lot of Gabishin?
Says trade Alshon in a first for Julio.
Gabish.
Because Atlanta would make that deal.
Sounds doable. All you got to do is call.
Full Seaman, what's up, brother? Man, people are just talking about like so many trades and so much stuff. Pete Evans,
So
yo,
much shit that's
man.
not going to happen.
What's up, brother?
What up, Pete?
Hey, what up, early discussion on YouTube was about Josh Allen and whether he's garbage or whether he's an actual decent starting quarterback.
He's not bad.
So that's a lot of what this discussion is going into.
I consider him like around right now. He's more like around 20th, 22nd of the starting QBs in the league. You know, but I would say he's trending. He's trending in the right direction.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But
that's
where a lot of the discussion was.
He's athletic. He makes plays with his feet. You saw that today.
Yeah.
He's average.
He's
right
average.
Sure.
I mean, Grant, listen, it was a really tough day to throw the football today with the wind and the shitty fucking weather. So I'm not going to judge him too much on his downfield throws today. But I think he's athletic. I think if you're a Bills fan, you're trending in the right direction with him.
Yeah.
I'll take him over a bunch of other young quarterbacks.
I think that's a good answer because I think the other two guys suck too. So
yeah,
we'll see. I mean, I know it's early, but I got news for you. The other two guys suck too. So if he sucks, he's in the suck conversation. I got news for you. So it is what it is. Yeah, at least Baker has 1 year of a resume. You know what I mean? That's what you want. That's what you want to call it. I mean,
I'll call it that. He had a really good year.
And the other dude does have a big arm, but
he handed one off to the D tackle today.
I've never seen anything like it. Not even a midget football.
He said,
I've never
"Here
seen
you
it.
go.
I've never seen a D
Here you
tackle
go."
win so fast. I mean, literally, I'm not making an excuse for the guy. They cannot block me or you in pass protection. It is so atrocious trying to watch them block people. Like, really, I'm not making an excuse for kid has no time. They need to clean up their line ASAP. They brought all this talent around and all these skill position players.
Big
right?
to be had.
Listen, I'm making a legitimate conversation here. You can look at just the quarterback, or you can look at what's in front of him.
This little league dad shit, right?
It's not little league dad. He's better. He's way better than your son.
Why can't anybody block for my kid? Why can't anybody block for my son? It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. He handed off to the D lineman today. How can no one can block for him?
You done? I'm not gonna. It's like people will want me to now, like tell the waiver from what I feel about the guy. Like I can't after 8 fucking games. It's a year 2 to say he stinks now. I can't when I thought he was good.
You
if
can't.
If I thought he stunk from the beginning, then I'll be choo-chooing that train. You know what I mean?
You gotta keep driving the boat, buddy.
I got to drive it.
Listen,
It ain't no dad. I ain't being a dad. All right?
You got to just keep.
I'm hanging on.
Listen, you're doing a great job.
Hold on for
Listen, you're
one
doing a
more
great job with the
day.
bucket. You shouldn't jump out. You should stay in there with the bucket. It's taking up water big time, buddy.
You are
I mean, it's
suffering
fucking.
water.
Not like his bucket. Not like his Darnold bucket.
That guy's colorblind. I don't know what to tell you. His biggest problem, it was in college, and I don't think he thought it was not Wilson, but people thought it was going to get better. Guy was a fucking turnover machine in fucking college. NFL only goes like this. Fucking dude seeing ghosts. I mean, come on. So let's just we can't talk
You know
about
what he
it.
falls in love with? I know him all too well. I know him all too well.
Today.
He falls in love.
3 picks today.
He falls in love with a nice
Down
strong
7.
piece.
Down
he fell in
7.
love with the arm strength of the combine.
Chance
I
of
know
time.
you.
He looked good.
Down 7.
Speaking of
He had a great
the
pro day.
it's
He
what
had
happened
a great pro day.
I understand.
And it was in the rain.
Kind of brought
too.
me back in, too.
In the rain.
Kind of brought me back in a little bit.
Listen, George and the team never bring me in.
He's only started 3 games this year, guys. All right, like he started way less games than Baker. Let's
Let's calm down. Let's calm down on you. Let's calm down on you being a daddy right now. Look at daddy protection. Body work ain't there.
No. I'm almost off. Okay, I'm not still driving that boat. I've been trying to hitchhike my way off for a little bit.
Listen, you are way better. You are way better than falling in love with Shorts and a T. You're better than that.
I know.
You've been around
but
too long for that shit.
He was good at USC. They just weren't very good. He did throw a lot of picks.
Speaking of Ghost and Darnold,
Buddy's telling me to hang on.
did you see
Hang on, Baker.
Did you see the Jacksonville mascot come out dressed as a ghost
Yeah, it was phenomenal.
to lead the team?
22-15.
It was awesome.
Chance to tie. Nope.
I'll tell you what, when the mascot's making funny, it's never a good thing.
Yeah, no. That's Ace Ventura shit right
Yeah,
there. I mean,
that's
you got to fight the mascot.
Yes,
You got to fight the. You got to roll around with him.
You just cost me $25,000, Polly.
I mean, that's automatic.
Really?
Oh, all right. Back to the Birds for a second, or for a while.
Yeah.
So we talked to, standout stars of today. Give me two guys, and give me one offense and one defensive guy. And family, you guys do the same. Chime in. We'll read them everything off like we do.
Miles Sanders.
Okay.
To me.
Miles for you.
Miles broke out today, and he only played the first half really because he got hurt. Didn't come
Into the
back.
third a little bit.
A little bit into the third, but Miles. Well, the big run was in the very beginning.
3 for 74. 3 for 74 helps you. You know what I mean? But
And
yes,
then he had a
the
reception.
65-yarder
And he had a
was
reception.
huge.
Big 30-yard reception. I think, or
65 yarder was
65-yarder
the long.
coming out after halftime
Yeah.
was monstrous.
And then he had a 20. His long reception was 25 yards, which he
Yeah.
made a lot of guys miss too.
Yep.
So in space, he looked great.
No,
In
yeah.
space, he looked great.
He did.
And on the screenplay, I agree. It's about time we started throwing some more screens, and especially in a league where guys want to get upfield all the time.
Yeah.
I love that we started to bring the screen game back into play here.
You take advantage of the team being aggressive. You know?
Yep.
Sure,
So you go
absolutely.
Miles on offense. Who would you go offensively as your guy?
Probably the whole line. I just
like
like
that.
the way they ran the football
Yep.
today. So
Son
I
of
mean,
a bitch.
starts up front. I like what those guys do. I mean, anytime you run for
Fuck!
200, you run for 200 yards. You know what I mean? It's those guys up front aren't the sexy picks. You know what I mean? Because that's the world we live in. But guys that know football and they're in team guys. They're the first guys to buy them all Rolexes at the end of the year. You know what I mean?
Doug said
Like, hey, keep me upright. You know what I mean? I get a little All Pro. I get a lot of accolades. I'm buying all you motherfuckers' cars. You know what I mean? So, the guys inside the building know how important those guys up front are. And today was, like we talked about earlier. You know what I mean? When you can, they love the run block, right? So, then and
They want to churn and
burn.
burn, churn and burn,
Doug
baby.
said,
run
Doug
for over
said
200
today.
yards.
Yeah, Doug said today that if they could, them guys want to run the ball every play. Greg.
Listen, I think Carson would be sorry not to cut off Greg, but I think Carson will be fine with that all the time. That's the kind of guy he is. All right, that's he's if he threw for 175 and no TDs and the Eagles won, he'd be fine with it. Man, it's just that's who he is. So
I agree.
Goddard's kind of a sneaky good
the
one
touchdown,
too.
sorry, yeah, that's right.
Well, I'm saying Goddard though back-to-back weeks with a TD.
I like it after dropping it.
Showing,
after dropping one.
showing some promise.
I'm gonna go. I like what I saw out of Nelson today. A bounce back game from a lot of scrutiny and a lot of couple weeks of bad. He got early action. He made a couple runs.
I want to give him that GIF right now so bad. And now he's one of my kids. You know what I mean? Now he's one of my
John
kids.
C. Riley look.
But you go a bounce backer.
You want to give the John C.
And
Riley?
listen, bounce backer. He caught 4 balls for 7 yards.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Um,
Was the TV on at the Atlantic City?
and he had 2 rushes.
Obviously
He
not.
had 2 rushes for 7 yards.
All right.
Well, I know.
No, stay with it.
No, I really didn't.
Don't let this guy bark
It
you.
looked
That's
better.
my son. I mean, what? I
It
can't
looked
lie to
better
you.
than I didn't realize those stats. It looked better though.
He had a
Well, when
first
you
down
catch 4
early. He had a
balls, it
first
looks
down
better.
early, and he gave one of these.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
did have that.
Yeah, he
It
did.
looked
I was
better
gonna say, I'm
early.
not sure he did much after that first down.
And maybe that was it.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, listen, he caught the ball.
Yeah,
He caught 4 of
You
them.
drinking down there tonight? Today, Greg?
I was. And last night,
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. You just said that. You could be like, I've been drinking.
heavily.
I was just gonna let your dad cut your head off. I was just gonna let it go.
Yeah, come on. I wasn't going to say a word. Mr. No Notes over here has notes up and was right on top of you.
Yeah, it's fine.
Listen,
All over
I'm
you.
gonna go with Carson, and the reason I'm gonna go with Carson is he has the command at the line of scrimmage to change whatever he wants, right? And a lot of times he did today, it changed run calls, whatever. And to me, he was a big part of why we ran the football as much as we did too. Now I could have went with Jordan Howard because I love the way he ran today, but I look at Carson's, 8 carries for 35 yards.
Sorry, that wasn't towards you. That was
running a
worse.
little bit and making plays with his feet and an efficient day in the air in terrible conditions. I'm going to say he's my player of the game. I thought at the line of scrimmage we didn't have false start penalties.
Yeah.
Right? We didn't have any delay of games
In
in
a
a hostile environment.
And we started
in rain.
kind of sloppy. First 2 drives we had penalties. Then we cleaned them up. were good the rest of the game.
Yeah, only 4. So
Yeah.
2, pretty much 2 the rest of the game.
And Mama just said opinions on Carson's aggressive play. We love it. Play who you are,
Listen,
man.
Sorry,
Don't be
that was-
somebody
Hey,
different.
in big games, if you got to go get a first down with your legs, you got to go get a first down with your fucking legs, and that's what we're here for.
Anybody else not cringe anymore?
Those eyes weren't towards you. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying he's not going to get hurt.
That was one of the worst at bats you ever see. So
I'm
that's
sure
why I
it
kind of
was.
looked up.
Zimmerman wouldn't hit that with a paddle.
Oh my God! He swung at three similar pitches. One was like 5 feet over his head.
Oh wow, that one fooled fucking. Got the strike call though.
I was going to say, that's a tough one if you don't get that strike call because he's moving so much back
pancaked
there.
the shit out of it.
You don't need extra movement back there. That ball moves enough.
Is he hurt? What's going on here, boys?
He's giving Maldonado a second. I think it hurt him.
Yeah, he probably broke his
That's
wrist.
probably a nice little thumb job.
Yeah, when you get out.
Yeah.
I'm going to catch that ball like that. Done.
But he got syrup for this pancake. Oh, fucking pancake.
But no, I mean, listen, a QBR 89.4 and an overall rating of 104.9. I mean, it's good. A 17 for 24, 172.
The quarterback position is about winning.
A touch and a dub. And a dominant performance and a run game to back it up, right? And it all stems with a 3-0 lead. And I know that's a little lead. I understand that's little. But now you can play your game. Everybody says Doug doesn't run the football. Doug wants to run the football. When you're getting your doors blown the hell off, you can't run the football.
It's fucking tough to run the football.
Our whole MO in our Super Bowl run was get an early lead, pound the rock, big plays. Well, you can't. Well, now guess what's going to start happening because we ran the ball well today, right? Next week we might get a big play or two, and we had some big chunk plays today. Big chunk plays in the run game, obviously, but in the pass game, we had some big chunk plays.
Yeah.
Big chunk play to Miles. Yeah, big chunk play to Miles. Big chunk play to Alshon.
Yeah.
There were some big chunk plays today. So I mean,
2. Got it.
Wow, and he
That's
runs
big.
well, too.
Jordan Howard, long of 20 on the ground. Miles, obviously, long of 65. And Carson Wentz, long was 13. And Greg, Nelson did have a run today. I remember he lost a lot of yards on one run play, but he did have a long of 16 today. So, plays into what you were saying a little bit,
They were great on third down.
And then offensively, we have a long of 38 from Alshon, Miles along of 25, Zach Ertz along of 18, and Howard along of 15, all in the pass game, and Dallas had along of 10. Forget the 10 one, but they're all chunk plays.
Yeah.
So you're getting some chunk plays.
No, yeah.
And in these conditions against that defense, you got some chunk plays today. And that's huge,
It was
man.
a great recipe. The cauldron was full of all the stuff that we always talk about winning in the National Football League. You know what I mean? So sometimes time of possession can be hollow, all right, because if you're turning the football over and all that stuff, and you're not getting TDs, then it doesn't mean shit, all right? But time of possession meant something today,
Absolutely.
especially that 8-minute to start the fourth. Boom, all right? Just put your stranglehold right on it, right there. So you got the time of possession, all right? You got third down, all right? 8 for 15 on third down.
Look at you. Look at you.
We got penalties, like Willie said. The 2 after the initial 2 drives. All right, 2 penalties the rest of the game.
Yeah.
You run for 200 yards. Everything that goes into that successful Super Bowl cauldron, it was there today. Get to the quarterback, right? Turnover. You won the turnover battle. Boop, put it in the cauldron. Bloop, bloop.
Yep.
I got breaking news.
What?
I got breaking news. Texans star J.J. Watt will miss the remainder of the season. Torn muscle in his chest.
It's been like the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, last 3 years, right?
That's what happens, though.
He's got a little Griffey Jr. in him down the stretch here.
So
It's
possession
a shame,
sweeps.
the greatness, and it's just like, wow.
Yeah, no, you're right. Such a freak player, too. Possession, 35 minutes to 24. So you talk about crushing it.
That's what you want.
And somebody
and
else's
you know what? It
house.
was evident, too, because the fourth quarter, they couldn't stop us at all. We were running right down their fucking throats.
And yards
They
per
were beat
play.
up.
Yards per play offensively, 5.5.
Beautiful.
As a team compared
absolutely
to
beautiful.
4.4 for them. So you're right, 8 for 15 on third down. They were 6 for 15 on third down. So you win the third down battle. So all these battles, turnovers, third downs, time of possession, that's the recipe for success. And when you have a 3-0 lead after one, you start to feel better about yourself in the game too. Like, wow, we're in one.
And they were,
you know what I mean?
And they were 0 for 2 on fourth down. You know what I mean? So really, that's an extension of it, just like you said. So that's really like a 6 for 17. That's
true.
fantastic.
And we were over 2 on fourth too. But I don't remember going for it twice on fourth.
We went early. I don't remember was going early. We went early and got stuffed, but that was like in the second.
I might have been jumping around.
Quarter.
What, he didn't want to kick a field goal, maybe?
Andrew says, "Tom, you let my team, you let your team beat." What did he say? Tom let me beat him today with no QB in fantasy. Yep, that happened.
That is true.
Yep,
we were making fun of that earlier. He wasn't happy about it.
I said, Wilson's like, did you see? Dude, it's my fantasy team. I saw that.
Actually,
that Chris McCaffrey didn't play the whole fourth quarter, and I lost by 5 points.
Actually, Drew.
That's a killer. Come on.
Drew.
Come on.
Drew, to tell you the truth, Jay hit me up and said that he wanted to fine you for not putting a QB
Yeah, he said $20 to me today.
Not a quarterback.
No, yeah, Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan, who didn't play.
Just hoping for a pass or two.
Come run out like Willis Reed. Shaw would have helped you.
Stephen White says Carson is hungry.
460 spot.
Stephen White says Carson is hungry. It's time for him to eat. Now, Carson's been the one of the few guys this year that's been hungry the whole time, it looked like. Bill Middlebrook. What up, Bill? He said, we scored first, created turnovers, time possession. We did all the right things. Yep, absolutely. Jay Erickson, we went early and late in the fourth on a 20-yard and got stuffed on fourth and on a 4th and 2. Okay. Yep.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Thanks, brother. Tristan Russo, I know we're talking birds. We have to give a quick welcome to Girardi. We've been welcoming him all week, Tristan, and I'll welcome him for the next fucking 10 years. Yeah, welcome, Joey.
We're happy.
Welcome, Joey.
We're happy that Joe's here. I'll tell you
Thank God. Thank God Thank God for John Middleton bringing an aggressive owner, because this would never happen.
No.
Harper would never happen. This would never happen. So some building blocks here, right? Yeah. And let me tell you something right now. The Nats aren't in the World Series because Bryce Harper isn't there. Two things happen. Well, a couple of things. One, I know for a fact, and you probably heard the same thing.
Factual.
But they're playing to prove people that they can win without him, because you know how that game goes. Not that they hate the guy, because a lot of them are great friends with him. Scherzer, Strasburg. Yeah. I mean, all them guys are tight. The only guy who might not like him a little bit is Rendon. But the rest of them love him.
Why doesn't Rendon like him?
I just heard that Rendon early on might not have liked him too much. But whatever. I mean, people aren't going to like people. Not everybody's going to love each other. I mean, that's just part of the sports. But my point is, they're there because Steven Strasburg was healthy and dominant. Okay? And dominant, right? That's a big reason why they're where they're at. The other big reason is they finally got a semblance of a bullpen in the second half. A little bit of one. Because they never had one at any point through his career there. And guess what? The other reason they're there, Juan Soto was not as good last year, obviously in his rookie year, as he is right now. Now he's a pimp. He was real good last year. And now he's a flat-out star.
Trey Turner's healthy.
Yeah. So, I mean, come on, guys. That's such a bad narrative that they're winning because Harper's not there. That's a fucking joke.
That's just idiots saying dumb things.
I like to get hot. I like to get hot under the collar.
It's the same idiots that are upset that Harper said he's rooting for him. Of course he's rooting for him. He used to play there. He's probably got a ton of friends on the team. What are you guys, idiots?
Listen, we always reel it back into Eagles. Matt Hackett says, Miles Sanders, how many times have I talked about this guy? Listen, he had a great game. Now let's hope the shoulder injury isn't too bad.
I responded.
Get down. Love the little shift. Love the shift. Screw yourself.
I responded to that because it was in all caps, and I said, is this Chuck's burner account?
Could be.
Sun talk. Daddy's out.
I don't know what do those supporters want? They want him to be the bell cow? I don't understand. He's been used all year, I thought, abundantly.
And
you know what I mean?
And sometimes in spots where he shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you put the ball in the turf.
He doesn't have great vision.
Even today.
He hasn't hit a lot of wide open holes this year.
Jordan Howard was, for a lot of that game, or obviously because he got hurt, but Jordan Howard was the more effective back today and most of the year. And yet they keep going to Miles in certain spots,
why do you think,
which I'm good with. But yeah, you're right. What do these guys want?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Greg, you want everyone to blow you?
Greg, he had 3 carries today, right? I mean, let's not, you know what I mean? Like, to your point. Like, to your point, he had 3 carries, and, he had 3 catches. Or, sorry, he had 3 catches. 3 carries, so he had 6 touches today. And listen, I'm not taking anything away from it. Big-time explosive plays. Yep. We need it. But he's not going to be your every down back, and he's not suited for it right now. Jordan Howard.
He's our explosive back, which is what we need.
He's your lightning. Guys will always want lightning over thunder. But look what happened. When Chicago said, you know what, we'll let the thunder go. We're going to let the thunder go, and we'll go with the lightning and Tyreek Cohen more, right? That's aged well.
2 lightnings, really.
It's aged well for you, hasn't it? Right? Their whole offense is completely different now without Jordan Howard running the football. And their offense wasn't explosive, period, last year. But it was a lot better with Jordan Howard than it is this year without him.
And Chase Daniel.
So that's my point. Like, I love Miles.
Mitchell played better last year than he has this year.
I love Miles. And if he gets 8 to 10 touches a game, I'm good with 8 to 10 touches a game for Miles. Because I expect Jordan Howard to carry the rock at least 20 times. And today, 23 for 96, 4.2 yards a carry. That's big time in fishing, baby.
It's a change of pace
Big
guy.
time.
I mean, that's there's nothing wrong with that. Being a change of pace guy and a guy that can catch out of the backfield.
Look at Matt. Look at Matt right back. Right, he goes. Jordan Howard definitely gave a really great block on that big run though by Sanders. Huge block.
Yeah.
I like that little personnel package there, and that was a big thing. He looked like a fullback, didn't he?
Chucks.
Oh, the 21 man.
Chucks was fucking jerking
21
off,
personnel.
Dude. You know he was.
Was it 21 personnel?
Yeah.
Oh, they're both in the game at the same time.
It is Spidey undies.
He gets so excited. If you read it like you watch a game with him, it's even better. Like if you read his post, like you watch a game because he's pure emotion. Like I thought I was an emotional game watcher.
He's too much emotion.
I can't let him knock
He's
a guy
too
for
high.
energy.
He's too
Can't
high.
knock a guy for energy.
He's got too many highs and lows.
No, he's not big. He's not a big low guy.
I don't know. I think when
He's a glass half fuller.
I'm pretty sure there was a few let's fucking goes when we were at the bowling alley, and I think he also fell to the ground once in despair. So that's a high and low to me.
Things happen. Alcohol.
Despair talk.
Yeah, Jeff Lohmeyer.
But I do like it.
Jeff Lohmeyer said the same thing like we had with LeGarrette Point. You need the Thunder.
They're reviewing it.
Absolutely.
60-yard.
Eric Jacinto says Aaron Jones is a BCA is pretty good.
Well, I guess they're reviewing it. They step out. 60-yard touchdown.
Tristan Russo says he's getting introduced tomorrow at 1, talking about Girardi. Is that true, tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Awesome. Let's go. Let's go.
Shit, he already has the other touchdown. So Aaron Jones would be the beast.
So, family, if you're just joining us, our poll question, which is brought to you by ATS Sportpicks.com. Use promo code A2D. Get 20% off. Let them win you some money, fam. They're on fire. If you want a weekend package, a weekly package, monthly, seasonal, whatever, use promo code A2D. Get yourself 20% off all the picks you need to help yourself win some money. This upcoming holidays are getting close. Right? Get a little walking around money.
Tis the season.
Presents are expensive,
the
baby.
season.
Presents are expensive.
Get a little fucking eggnog in you.
But maybe you'll be able to get that extra, the extra thing of eggnog now. Maybe two. Maybe life of the party.
Couple things in nog.
Oh man.
I'm not a nog cat. You guys like
Nog,
that?
No.
you're nog.
Are you guys nog guys?
No.
I'm not a nog guy. I feel like I'll be shitting after
Creamy
one
shit.
drink of
Yeah,
nog.
anything
You don't like the nog?
Nope, not
Oh,
a
man.
nog.
I'll tell you what. You get like a Pennsylvania Dutch nog. I'm telling you.
I feel like you just got blown by a
Oh
Pennsylvania
my
Dutch.
God, PDN?
First
A
off-
PDN?
First off, I love a good nog. Okay? Seriously. I'm like Cousin Eddie walking around with some nog. All right? All I need is the moose glass. That's all I need because I'm like Cousin Eddie walking around with that nog.
Shitter's
But
full.
You get some nog with some good rum or bourbon in there and like a good Pennsylvania Dutch nog. Woo. Woo. That'll get me going. I do like some nog.
That's great.
Listen, there's nothing better like on Christmas time. I can get fucked up at breakfast time with some nog. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm good on the nog.
Tis the season.
Parker, a little extra rum in the nog.
You gotta love a little extra rum in a nog.
Now we're nogging. But, so Eagles win the NFC East, and 3 disagrees
Was he reversed?
by the boys, and 1 agree,
course.
which was me, because somebody has to do it.
I mean, know where you're at, Aaron.
I don't even think he's out. Is his heel down?
I don't see white.
I was trying to counter the guys.
Mama loves her nog.
Tevin Coleman with my Aaron Jones.
Mama says,
Put him back in.
"Oh my God, love nog," in all caps.
I agree.
Parker just said, "I just hung out my Christmas vacation poster today."
Christmas vacation.
Holiday road.
Oh, listen, Matt Haxton wants to know what we
Can't
think
see the
about
lines, can
Thibault.
you, Russ?
Matt Haxton says, "What do you guys all think about Thibault?" I really like Thibault a lot. Talking a little
He's
10
an energy and effort guy.
big time.
I always like energy and effort guys.
That's why I would have taken him every time. And
He's not
twice
going to
on-
do a whole lot
I
offensively.
was just going to say, I'd like to see
Yet.
him a little more
He's not gonna
aggressive,
do-
but he
I don't
doesn't
think
have to. He's fitting in his role. He
I don't
doesn't
think
need
he's
to.
going to do a whole lot offensively this whole season, but he'll
get to the rim,
To
maybe.
me,
That's
to
all.
me, he's like a fucking Sean Elliott, like a guy that's he'll become a better shooter as the years go on, but he's a defensive stopper.
Yeah.
And
Ruben
it's
Patterson.
like
Kobe stopper, Kobe
yeah,
stopper,
who
Kobe
was,
stopper, Kobe
Who was the
stopper.
other guy?
He turned himself into a good offensive player over the years.
Which guy?
I said them the other night, or I said on Friday.
Yeah, it was another
It's
spur.
another.
It's another spur.
It's a better one than Sean Elliott. I just can't think of it. Bruce Bowen.
Yeah,
Bruce Bowen.
both
yeah.
good ones. Sean Elliott's a good one too.
Yeah,
Wells.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Bruce
I'll take
Bowen's
Sean
better.
Elliott. You tell me
Yeah.
Sean
I
Elliott.
love Sean Elliott.
My God, I'll blow
Sean
somebody.
Elliott was a better shooter, though. I think.
No, big time better shooter.
Oh, he got in.
And again, Oh my God, I call that down on one. But listen, what I'm saying is that I would draft him every time and twice on draft day over Carson Edwards. Like people are all up and on or not drafting Carson Edwards. Listen, you can fall in love with the tournament, but the guy, I'm not saying Carson Edwards isn't going to be good, but we've lost the last 2 years in the playoffs because of guard play. We can't stop guards or wing defenders.
Carson Edwards,
and we need wing defenders.
Carson Edwards probably is going to be able to score in this league, but he's never going to be able to defend ever.
No.
So that's why it's not a good pick.
I need defense. We have enough scoring. That's in.
Oh, his arm might have touched out of bounds first.
Which one hit first?
Might actually been a good call.
Mike Real, I miss TJ. Wish we could have kept him. He was a hustler. Yeah, TJ's always a hustler.
First off, you don't even got to tell us about TJ. Somebody wants to buy a McConnell jersey, I will rip down every jersey on the wall and put Justin McConnell up. Fucking love me.
It is
TJ.
the goat wall.
Love me some TJ.
Yeah. We're big energy effort guys
Jamal
here.
Williams.
Yeah,
of course he gets.
Tristan Russo, great weekend, boys. 2-0 Flyers won. Philly's got Girardi, and a huge win for the Birds.
Yeah, Flyers
getting Dordon now.
Getting stoked right now, though. But
Yeah.
Great comeback last night.
My dad said it too. He's like, they're going to get rolled by the Islanders. Islanders always play us good. And I said, yep.
Well, especially after that comeback last night. Well, I thought
Takes
they
a lot out of you.
were going to lose last night 4-2. All of a sudden, they win 7-4. What the fuck happened?
Yeah.
It was 4-2 with 10 minutes left in the third.
Dude, they just turned
They
it
scored
on.
5 goals in the last 10 minutes?
Yep.
Mike Rural says Boston Scott fumbled, but I thought he played well. He didn't play bad.
Yeah, it was on a
in
punt.
his, in his limited time.
Yeah, he got kind of brained.
As soon as
Yeah, we were.
as soon as somebody we know.
I was at the bar.
He
We were
needs to
watching
hold
the
the
Flyers,
fucking
and they're
ball.
down 4-2, and then it was just like, 4-3, 4-4, 5-4.
Like, oops.
Like we're missing.
So what we'll do on the other side is we're going to give our confidence level moving forward. And we'll talk a little Eagles-Bears because we won't be on Sunday morning. Most likely next week we'll probably be on Sunday night for our last Sunday night.
We'll probably see it Friday.
Yeah, we'll see you Friday. But just to give, we'll give you a little bit of what we think Eagles-Bears wise coming up.
What to look for.
I know Eric was saying a hungry Bears team.
Hey, listen,
And I
they're a
agree
dangerous
with him a
team
little bit.
that's physical. They're a physical, dangerous team.
We'll get around the NFL on the other side as well, our crumb of the week. And we'll also, anybody want to talk 10-9-8, it's always open for discussion as well as Flyers. So everything's on the table. Anything, period's on the table. We're brought to you by our doc, Make Him Yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Everybody on Twitter, head over to Facebook or YouTube. We'll be streaming our second half live over there. If you're with us now, stay with us. Keep chiming in. Talk to each other for a minute. We just did an hour straight. We're going to do a couple Jimmy Lelands, and we'll be back on the other side.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Couple Jimmy Leland.
Time's yours.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes. Hi, folks.
Agree, disagree. HUD Radio. He messed me up to start the show. I didn't feel my usual intro because he loves to leave the bed aggressive. You know, so if you go back and listen to the beginning, you might see a kid that's a little off because
he's an aggressive bed guy. Always been.
Stage fright? A little bit.
no,
Gun shy?
too much going on in here, and I'm trying to think.
Gun shy type?
No, I'm never a gun shy type.
Real gun shy, huh?
I'm not a gun shy type. Okay, don't you start to.
You going back in your shell, turtle?
It's unbelievable. It's a great disagree.
Meow, listen up, meow.
Now we're licking. Point the blame.
Am I walking around all nimbly bimbly? Am I drinking milk from a saucer?
No, I mean, Nelson was his player of the game, so I mean, you got to go back. You got to put it back on.
4 for 7. Had a big day.
Poor guy.
Big day. Almost had 10 yards.
Give the guy credit.
That's when you know you're in a sports book all day, right? That's the definition of knowing you're in a sports book because your head's on a swivel.
In a vacuum.
I thought Nelson really showed up. Tom was like 4 for 7.
I didn't know.
4 for 7.
I didn't know if there was a fifth quarter I missed. I didn't know if I missed the fifth quarter. I was like, I think the game's over.
I really didn't think Tom was going Carson, so I was saving Jordan Howard for him. Because I didn't know he was going to go Carson, so I was really saving my real player of the game was Jordan Howard.
Don't ever do that. Strike while the iron's hot,
yeah,
Greg.
Just go with it, pal. I'd rather have you step on my face.
Yeah, then give us a Nelson. Guy Nelson does.
It's tough when it's my son. I got it, not him, Nelson.
Well, both.
Not both.
It was stepbrothers.
Greg
Greg put his nuts on your drum set.
What are you doing?
And I like
burying you.
You got to call me Dragon.
Burying
That's not
you.
my drum set. Oh, God.
We started off this show. Well, if you're just joining us, we're brought to you by our doc, Make Him Yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy,
It's almost
LLC.
Rails time.
Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton, New Jersey. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Our poll question, the Eagles will win the NFC East. Do you agree or disagree? It's brought to you by ATSSportPicks.com. Use promo code A2D. Get yourself 20% off. Win some money. Help them win you some money. That's ATSSportPicks.com. Use promo code A2D. Get yourself 20% off. Tom Arnone, Nick Delgazzo, Brian Wilson, Greg Milakovic on the ones and twos. And listen, we're heavy Eagles. We didn't give our defensive players of the game, so we can do that quickly, and then we'll move on to our confidence level moving forward. I have a 1 out of 10.
Eaton thought he had 3 guys in his back pocket. That's a productive swing. This guy down 4. Just took a daddy hack.
And we'll semi-preview Eagles-Bears coming up next Sunday here at the Link around the NFL and our Crumb of the Week as well. So defensive standout star today for you?
I'm going to go Fletcher.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, he made himself known.
It's unanimous.
He made plays. It's everything we wanted to see out of him, really. So
He gets my vote.
Greg?
You know, like I said, I mean, if you want me to not elaborate, but like I said, he's always been, the stats there, the guys that are saying that, that they play, he's there, and he is there on run defense. I'm not saying, that he's not, but we always take over a game, you know what I mean? Put your handprint on it and make your name known, and he did early on. I mean, like I said, he just, the sack, fumble, it was just, he was fantastic today.
And a lot of people in the chat chiming in, Bill Middlebrook, Stephen White, both say Brandon Graham. So they went Graham, player of the game defensively. Greg, you went?
I'm going to go Malcolm Jenkins. He looked like a guy on a mission to prove whatever was said about him was wrong. And he played like it today. He played like the old Malcolm Jenkins today. He laid a big hit, got called for it, but I'm okay with that. Especially when it turns out to be a W.
He was physical.
But he was physical. He was back to being Malcolm Jenkins. So that's my guy.
Okay, you guys, Fletcher was probably the one I would have taken defensively. So I'll go back to the defensive backfield, and I'll take Darby going home to Buffalo and playing well against his former team. We talked about the big fourth down stop, and both defensive backs, and I could even go Rodney McLeod. I mean, this was a full team defensive effort today. So whoever you take is probably a good pick defensively.
Yeah, Brandon Graham was awesome. So that was a great pick. I think six tackles, a sack, forced fumble. He was all over the place too. So.
Oh yeah, big time. Parker says I like sweeps.
Spidey!
Dollar commentary on the World Series. Brodo in the house says defensive player of the game. Darby. I never thought I would ever say that. Yeah, I mean, Ronald Darby was a really good cornerback before he got injured. I mean, a very good cornerback. To me, a top, you can make case top 20 before injury type corner. He was a legit one.
Well, up until
in my
2017, he made two years in a row. He made top 25 under 25.
Yeah, so I mean, before injury, he was a big time get. He was a big time get, and still is, as you can tell. He's getting back from it. Starting to feel more comfortable, and he's not an older guy. I mean, I like Darby a lot. I always have, and you know how I feel about Mills. And Mills gave a great speech before the game. I saw to the D-backs, and it got me going. You know what I mean?
It seems like
and a gloomy day, like a gloomy day. There was no sun out, and I heard this. I was listening to the speech. I'm like, let's go, let's go.
It
seems like texted the betting.
It reminds me. It just seems like those four guys when they're together, they're better than they are individually, if that makes any sense to you.
No,
You know what I mean? Like
sense.
collectively, as they play better collectively, and which helps the birds out. You know what I mean? Like where they're not, any one of those guys aren't like shutdown corners or island guys. It's just they just play better together. I don't know.
Darby was the closest thing to that. Like even before he came here, you know what I mean? Like that's what he was getting to, in my opinion. He was getting there. Now I agree. Like they both. This whole secondary.
He was definitely a number one corner before he got here.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I thought he played that way year one being here, and then you get the injury last year, which and then he gets burned a little bit early on coming back from the injury, and then people forget. They're like, this guy's a really good corner. You know what I mean?
Well,
That's
he got hurt. He got hurt early on in 2017 too, and then right after we got him, but then he came back though.
He should never be half in as a corner. In the NFL, you know what I mean? Like any team, it's as much as you want to play and help your team, and I get that, you know what I mean. But it's a passing league now, so it's not a play. If you're not 100%, you shouldn't do it. So
yeah, because you're going to hurt yourself and your team. Really,
yeah, you're going to get exposed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. We don't even have to watch this, I guess. You see that? Colts 40-0 with a 4+ run lead.
Turn it off.
Yikes emoji.
Bill Middlebrook says, I hope I wake up tomorrow and I'm hearing the Philadelphia Eagles traded for ? Let's go, Howie. We were talking about Leonard Williams, little Geno Atkins.
Yeah, D lineman.
We were talking about
D
tackles.
Fill in the blanks there. Little ...
Yeah, I think the secondary with these guys back is a shit ton better. I know. And then now I look at, okay, where's my weakness defensively? Well, I need to be a little deeper. Getting Timmy Jernigan back is going to be great, but I need somebody else there too. They give Fletch and give Timmy a blow. I can't have Timmy and Fletch, which I'll take in a heartbeat, but then practice squad guys after them. If you can go get me a Leonard Williams, go get me a Geno Atkins.
Who would be your top guy if you were able to do it? If you were able to pull the trigger and you're not fleecing anybody, nobody's fleecing you. It's straight up fair. You know what I mean? Like
a guy I think that's on the market.
On your wish list.
Well, Denver losing today. I know a lot of people.
Well, even not. Just say a team that's not very good that you might be able to pick up the phone and start saying, "Hey, this is a guy I want. So what's it going to take?" Something like it. It could be that too.
I'll be all in.
To be on the block.
I'll be all in on a Leonard Williams. Young enough. I think very good. So, I would like Leonard Williams a lot. You don't have to give up a ton to get him.
Yeah, probably get him for a third, I would think.
I know a lot of people will say Von Miller, but you're just going to give up a lot. And
you have to give 2 first to get
Von
Miller.
It just turned 30. So you got to factor that into that deal too. You know what I mean?
DNs are more.
Yeah. So I mean, I would
star DNs are really expensive.
It would be like Leonard Williams, Geno Atkins in no specific order.
I think Geno Atkins you can get for a fourth.
I like both of them. I mean, Geno's older, but we know what Geno brings.
Maybe even a fifth.
But especially in a role where he doesn't have to play every down, I would like a Geno Atkins. But I would rather have Leonard Williams because of the age. Obviously, where he drafted matters a little bit into it because you're looking at a guy that supposed to have a high ceiling. And are the Jets still running the 3-4 over there, or did they go back to a 4-3?
I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know.
They're struggling.
Not well.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck it is, it ain't working.
But I don't know why. I don't know why he's an odd man out there. That's interesting to me. So I would definitely pick up the phone tomorrow and find out about him and a Robbie Anderson deal like we were talking about. If you're going to call for one, might as well just call for both.
Yeah.
If you're going to call for one, then you might as well ask for both. Yeah.
Yep. And you're not fleecing anybody. Give up what you got to give up, the right value. And then you get two guys, one guy that can stretch the field. So even if Deshaun does come back, at least you got another burner there. So now you got two guys that you can put in at different times to give different looks and stuff like that. So I would like that. I would like that. I feel like I'm getting two younger players that can play.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm just adding on to what I got. And that's all you got to do with the trade deadline right now. I just got to add on some pieces where I feel like I have a little bit of holes. And that's it. And there are your two holes right now. Glaring.
Yeah, D-line is where I'm looking.
Glaring. I mean, D-line played great today, but I need them guys.
He's obviously young enough. I mean,
I need them guys to get breathers.
He's a 2015 guy, so he's got to be like 25, 26.
Who, Leonard?
Yeah, he's not that old, yeah.
Was he the fourth pick in the draft, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was high.
Yeah, and I loved him. I loved him out of USC guy.
USC.
Right? Yeah. That's a big boy.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why he's the odd man, and they're a mess.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I just don't know how you're an odd man out of 25. Like, let a guy.
Well, he's not happy, apparently, what it is.
Well, nobody's happy there.
I'm sure they're not.
Can't blame them.
Well, they fucked over
sixth pick.
Kamichi Osemele.
Yeah, with the surgery, shoulder surgery or something. Yeah.
And they said he was healthy to play, and they were fining him for not playing. He said, "I got torn labrum. I need to get surgery." And they weren't. The Jets team doctor was basically like, "No, you don't. We're not clearing you for surgery." So he went and got surgery on his own, and now he might file a suit against the Jets team doctor. It's
as he should.
Fucking shit mess. Now people are gonna be like, "Oh, you want us to come play for you?"
Yeah.
Your team doctor's not even helping the fucking team out. Like that's a bad. It's not a good spot if you're a Jets fan. I'll tell you that.
There you go.
To the fifth we go.
4, yep.
4-0 top 5.
Matt Haxton said, "Did Dillard start this week? If so, how did he look? He looked really good. For running the football, which is one of his weaknesses, supposedly coming out. I thought he looked good.
Yeah, I thought he looked good.
14 all in the football game.
Tristan Russo once.
Sorry, I didn't know you clicked change it.
Yeah, I think he's getting better every week.
I agree, Greg.
Obviously. I mean,
Pick!
Catch that. Obviously that's going to happen, but he's shown that he was a lot better this week than he was last week.
I agree with you. Tristan Russo says, "I want AJ Green so bad, but I know that's not happening." I want to be mad at AJ. Bill says, "I want my wish list is bigger. A Geno and Robbie Anderson." Well, at this point in Geno's career, I think I would take Leonard Williams over him. At this point, I'm not down on Geno Atkins. He'd be my second.
Who's
guy.
on his list then? He's saying that his list is bigger than those two guys.
Then
Williams.
Then Williams and Anderson.
Did he give you any names?
Just Geno and Anderson.
I thought he was replying to.
No, he said Geno and Anderson. I guess him is bigger than Leonard and Anderson, which is fine.
Leonard Williams is better than Geno Atkins.
At this point of his career, I believe so. Overall career-wise, Geno's a pimp.
The way you read that, I think he's saying that his wish list is bigger than that. Yeah, which is fine.
What do you wish?
No, his wish list is a Geno and a Robbie Anderson. That's what he said.
I don't know. The way you read it made it seem like he was saying that his wish list is bigger than those guys.
Yes, exactly. That's how I comprehended it. Gabish.
Could just been, reader error.
Oh, this is great. So Eric Jacinto chimes in earlier on in the show, and he says, "Tom, for the last 8 months or so, I thought Wilson was sweeps, and Mike was Wilson on Sunday on the Sunday show." I was just told by Ryan Brodo.
Brodo.
Well, now you know.
The more you know.
Now you know, Eric.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Who's Andy talking about? He said, Wills, they cut him yesterday too. Who are you talking about?
Who got cut?
I don't know. I don't know who he's referring to.
Who, Leonard?
Probably.
Or
Probably
Assembly?
the surgery guy.
Kimmy
Which
G
we knew
Assembly?
that,
Yeah, there's
yeah.
a whole. I know there's a whole mess going on over there with Assembly.
It's a mess, right?
It's an absolute mess.
disgusting.
Yeah, it's a mess.
It's disgusting what NFL teams can do. It's just disgusting. Like, why can't a guy get a second opinion from an outside source if he doesn't agree with your source, right? Like, why is a team doctor a dictatorship, right? Well, why is that like that? Like, that shouldn't be like that. If it's serious and you're like, listen, I really can't play through it. It cost me a job, my starting job essentially, because I wasn't playing good enough. Because I'm all ripped up in my arms and I need them. As an offensive lineman, I need these paws. You know what I mean? And if I don't have them, I just think that's a disgrace, you know? Rodgers looks good.
It's not a good look, I'll tell you that.
That was a great ball. Peter Alverson, evening all. What an awesome rebound game. Definitely is. Gets a little feel good in your belly. You know what I mean? A little warmth in your belly after a dub like that.
So it's
a
an
good meal.
NFL win. They're hard to come by. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
on the road.
And that's
Tough
on the road in tough conditions. And you punch them in your mouth and pretty much control the whole game. So yeah, you should feel good about that. And like it's a week-to-week league, all right? So that's where we try to tell people to calm down. Doesn't mean that you should never jump out of the boat. I mean, unless you know what I mean, unless your team is an absolute dump to fire, which I can speak from experience, right? And the only reason, and I'm still in the boat, the Dolphins boat, all right? It's when you're not competitive and you're then it's embarrassing to watch. But as long as you show up and fight, that's all you ask for.
Yeah,
Birds guys. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, no, I hear you. It was good to see. It's good to see them out there fighting today.
Yeah,
because it seemed like the last 2 weeks wasn't a lot of guys out there fighting.
No.
A lot of guys going through the motions. Yes, so that was good to see. Just right off the bat, that was good to see.
Peter Albertson says finally.
Maybe Skandrick wasn't the scapegoat.
Yeah, right. Peter Albertson, says finally the screen game worked. Yep, we talked about that earlier on too. Especially in a league where everybody wants to get outfield. They brought it back out a lot more today, and it benefited them.
I thought Doug was very good with his play calling today because of the conditions and the wind and the rain. It wasn't a game where you really were throwing the ball down the field, and we did a lot of intermediate routes, a lot of misdirection, and it worked for the most part.
My favorite call was the 3rd and 11 quarterback draw. That was awesome. It was just well designed. You know what I mean? It got Carson to do his thing, and he picked up right 11, 12 yards.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Tristan Russo says, he talked about who we think will be an Eagle by next weekend, and we gave some names earlier on.
It might not be anybody. They might not trade for anyone.
I think they're going to get some upgrades.
They might though.
You'll get something. We'll get something. Matt Haxton over the Sixers, real quick, and he says, by season's end, who do you think will be the MVP of the team for the Sixers?
Ben Simmons.
The MVP when it's all said and done.
Yeah, for team wise.
Ben or Joe.
Yeah, I mean.
I
don't know
would
if you
bet
go
as
wrong
well.
with the two big boys. Yeah.
But you could probably make a case by the end of the season for 2 or 3 guys.
Yeah.
I'll go Ben just to make a.
Yeah, I mean the two big boys are obvious. I mean I'll go with Horford because I love the signing. I mean it's just he's the glue probably. Obviously the other two guys are. I mean he's a vet. He's a tremendous vet and an awesome player in this league. So not to take anything away from him, but
to me,
our other two guys are young superstars. We get that. You know what I mean? So
to me, if you're going MVP, I feel like you almost have to go Ben because he's going to have the ball in his hands. I know.
You could make a case for Tobias.
Oh no, I hear you. Of the league or the team?
Just the team.
The team. Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah. No, I hear you.
You can make a case Tobias as
I feel like a lot of guys
in that role.
I feel like a lot of guys could have really good years.
Absolutely,
really good years.
Absolutely.
But we probably only go as far as Ben plays because he's going to have the ball.
No, I understand.
Now, hopefully, Joe's healthy and we're feeding him on the block pretty healthily.
No, I understand. Yeah. But like I said, to my point was, and
there's
a lot of pieces. I know you guys love him, so it's not
great fourth quarter.
It's not anything. It's not anything directed at you guys. It's more of, and I know we got a lot of other pieces that are allowing us to play better defense. But that guy, he's a good defender too, and he's part of that. He was part of that defensive rebuild that we're trying to do. So. That we know we can score the basketball. So it's now, hey, how many times can we hold teams under 100? I mean, that's what we're trying to do now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, the longest starting five in basketball.
Oh, by far.
You know, and
It's not even close.
Especially with the true numbers now. You see, because Willie had showed us that a couple weeks ago. I didn't realize that all the NBA was doing that now. They were saying it on the telecast the other night. And the guy was like, it's good to see that. Because I guess for the years, they used to like just put any number. You know what I mean? Like, hey, Ryan Wilson's 6'8", you know, just sort of like they did with Barkley and all that stuff. Now they're measuring them without sneakers.
Yeah,
you know,
true,
it's all
true
now it's all legit. Yeah, true
Absolutely true, yeah.
I love that.
numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, ours came back a little different than you would expect.
Yeah. No 7-footer.
Joe was under 7 foot.
Yeah.
And Ben was almost 7 foot. And you're like, whoa, they're a lot closer. We thought Ben was 6'10", 6'11", and Joe was 7'2". Really, Joe's like 6'11", 3/4, Ben's 6'11" and a half. Whatever. They're like almost the same height.
Eric Casito says, "What's up with Jimmy not playing there for the Heat? Do you guys know?" It says his girl had a baby, so he had a baby. He had a baby. That's why he's not playing.
Missed 2 games?
Yeah. So this, that's why.
He got paid. That's why.
I knew that was coming.
Check out Soup.
Listen.
Ended up in South Beach.
Listen, this is pretty
Fuck wants to play now.
It's pretty simple for me, guys. I'm sorry. Guys down in Miami now. He's got paid. I don't expect him to have a very good year. He's that kind of guy to me. Now, he's a hungry guy, and he'll give you all when he's on the court. But now I'm kind of thinking he doesn't need to. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like in Miami, Miami going to be good? I don't think Miami's going to be good.
I mean, little good start. They get the year off right for him down there. So
he's he's certainly not helping his case. You understand? So, I think Greg and Wilson were anti. I mean, they embraced him and figured whatever. I mean, we needed to make a trade, and that's fine. The other two guys didn't move the dial to me, so it didn't really matter. I mean, I like Dario, all right, but it wasn't like, well, it's fine. We needed to make a move, so that's all we were saying. Maybe you can change your spots and become into a winning place, and where people want you to be part of a team, and and we know you got a dog in you, so welcome to the city, and I thought he was fine when he was here. You know what I mean?
Oh, he played great. He played great.
So,
but behind the scenes, there's always issues with him.
Yeah,
and apparently there was issues here behind the scenes because everyone wanted him to resign Tobias and not him, is what they say from the locker room, besides Joe.
I was going to say, he did that interview.
Besides JoJo, yeah.
He said he wished he was here.
Well, I mean, I think we talked about it. I love Jimmy, but I would take Tobias over him. Because Tobias doesn't need the ball in his hands a ton to score the basketball, if that makes sense.
And he's younger.
And he's younger. Like, this whole roster can score without needing the basketball, essentially, in so many different ways. Steals, fast break points.
And he's going to be okay being the third guy.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be the third guy. Would Jimmy be okay being the third guy?
No.
No, he's not.
No, we saw last year.
He would have resigned then.
That's why he wasn't. That's why he didn't come back.
Yeah, same thing.
Because he's not the guy, and he can go to a young Heat team and be the guy. That was the whole thing. You know what I mean? And I like Jimmy, but that's what it was all about.
Yeah, you're right.
So, and Eric said the same thing. He's in it for himself. Absolutely.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
He's still a great player, and I respect the hell out of the way he plays on the court. It's just I just know what kind of guy he is.
No, you're right. The Minnesota thing went up my ass sideways, and that's why I was really, besides the player that he is, that's really why I was pro Jimmy for how it went down there. Right? Because these guys are professionals. These guys are men, and they're like two women down there, Cat and Wiggins. You know what I mean? Like, and like you said, you're gonna let a guy break you down.
No, Jimmy's going Cat's a man. Apparently.
Oh, he can play. I mean, that's on.
Like 37,
He's always been able to play.
He can play. Yeah, that's not a question. Yeah. No, I hear you.
But he let a 6'7" guy come in and pump him.
Yeah.
He didn't play well when Jimmy was there, though.
It's true. Yeah.
Made him nervous.
Yeah, the work environment. Walk around on eggshells.
Some guys got buttholes got tight in that locker room.
This guy's gonna play 1-on-5. Come on, coach. Come on. I don't want this. He took his shirt off. 1-on-5? Come on. Give me some guys. Give me some guys.
He took his shirt off and played with backups.
Yeah.
He was like Don Tanko and Tommy walked in.
I'll play the starters. I'll play the starters with four of my buddies. He brought 4 of his buddies in off the street and beat the starters. That makes for a great locker room after that, right?
Yeah.
And then curse everybody.
He's walking around with his chest.
Everybody out.
Yeah.
You
fucking need me, he was saying.
Yeah. Oh, you don't fucking need me? Oh, yeah.
Flyers lost 5-3, by the way, the final.
Surprise.
Well, they shut down the third then. That was good. It was 5-2 when we left.
Did Hart play tonight, or was that Elliott again? And what's wrong with him?
No, it was Hart.
Okay.
It was Hart, and I think he got pulled again.
But I'll tell you what, the first two, we looked awful in the beginning of the game. I watched the first period a little bit before I came here. We looked terrible. I can't even blame him that much because he was getting peppered. We just looked bad. Now, he did the third goal was weak. He hasn't looked great, Carter. I mean, he's young, and hopefully he bounces. We're going to need him to bounce back. Obviously.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But he hasn't looked great.
He's going through a tough stretch.
He hasn't looked great.
But, that's what you kind of expect from a 21-year-old.
Yep. Yeah, he's a young guy.
Getting his real first test,
Yeah.
Starting a year on the roster.
5 goals on 14 shots.
Yeah, not great.
Everything's fine in the net, huh?
Yeah, I didn't see
Tonight.
I didn't see the fourth and fifth goal,
Water's
but
open.
they were in the second period.
Hey, get a leg on something. Love to have a pad piece.
Water's warm.
Yep. Water's warm to make a save.
Bring your floaties.
That's when you're on the Islanders. You're like, puck's on net. Puck's on net.
Yep, you're going back just flick it on.
Puck's on net.
Just flick it on there. You're fine.
Fight at the crease. Shit, everything's going tonight.
Yep, my man forgot his contacts tonight. 5 for 13. Grow up. I don't like that one bit. I don't care if he's young.
14, don't shortchange him.
14, sorry.
You gotta sniff on another one.
Almost 333. This isn't baseball. It's not the one you
Yeah,
want.
that ain't Hall of Fame numbers here. Not in this sport.
Not in this sport. That's not the one you want.
But damn, if they would have been able to win a game tonight, it would
Green. That's a good play.
it would have showed me a lot.
It's a veteran play.
Honestly, even though it was a
I
back-to-back.
love Matt Moore.
Matt Moore's a veteran.
Love
I said
Matt Moore.
I said
You know what I mean?
I love Kansas City
So,
tonight because I think Matt
we know
Moore's a veteran.
Yeah.
I'm not worried
We
about
know we live in a-
anybody playing with under Andy Reid as
No,
quarterback
absolutely.
position. You know what I mean? Like he
well,
makes he'll
yeah,
you're
no.
just
That's
gonna
why
be
I love
successful.
Casey and I couldn't believe when he texted me.
Well, I like Green Bay. I like their defense. I like their defense.
Home dogs getting 4.5.
Yeah, but I just like I
Always goes the wrong way.
Their defense
Christ,
isn't
it was
good.
5. Fuck, it was 5. Felt good at 5. Fucking guy has to do this to me. Thank you. I just say felt good at 5. Felt good earlier.
I got jacked up over 4.5.
I didn't even know that you thought it was 5. I saw it only at 4.5.
Hey, felt good driving here. Like, oh, 5 feels so good. Feels so good. You son of a bitch! 4 and a hooker. You son of a bitch.
The hook always gets it does.
No, I love Matt Moore. I know we were going on a tangent there. Besides the Folesian, society and what he did here, Matt Moore's tremendous backup in this league. Very serviceable.
Yeah.
Not saying he's going to lead you to the Super Bowl.
Veteran backup.
Yeah.
I always trust veteran backups.
Yeah.
I thought Matt Schaub would throw the ball decently well today. He threw for 460.
And he did, yeah.
Yeah.
Just couldn't get in the end zone.
Yeah, couldn't get in the end zone. But because I think Matt Schaub, veteran backup.
Yeah. For sure.
And we were talking
I
about
didn't even realize he was still in the league. So
Yeah,
that's
he's
huge.
been. I didn't realize he hasn't
You
started
don't
a
say
game.
nothing.
He's been their backup for 8 years. Hasn't started a game.
Yeah.
He's been holding a clipboard for 8 years. That's what a life.
Yeah.
What a life.
Yep.
Just
No hits.
once you want to throw
He
a
left- he
banana
left.
peel? You don't want to leave a banana peel when fucking hanging out with fucking Matty Ice?
Wait,
You
he
step
left,
on that, would
he
you?
left Houston and he's like, you know what? I'm just not going to throw a pass for the next 8 years.
I'm good.
My life's been pretty good.
Yep, red shirt at practice.
How's life been? I've been getting paid $6.5 million to carry clipboard.
Yeah, wear a red jersey at practice. Life's great.
Pretty good times.
I haven't got hit in 8 years.
I play games with my kids. I'm in great shape. Not banged up. Feel good. Feeling good. Looking good, Billy Ray. Feeling good, Lewis.
So we were talking
man.
on break about we want to get into the confidence level real quick here in a second, but we were talking about Ertz, right? And we were talking about, a little sign of life today, blocking a guy, finishing off a block. And I was sort of confused on where the flag came in. And
That was a weak flag.
Greg, pick a base.
As soon as you talk about a
yeah,
guy.
football and baseball
Soon-
jumping back and forth.
As soon as
all
you
over it.
fucking give a guy a reach around, he almost fucking did it to you.
If he throws if he throws a pick right there, Sweeps is going to throw the headset. Matt Moore.
I'll pay for it.
I just did this to you, Matt.
As I go, I'm paying for it.
Double loss.
Arlocker hits the camera.
Tell me the wig.
Oh, shit.
Did he sell him 2 packs?
Hope somebody's winning money tonight because we're going to have some replacements. In the
I was
studio.
till Correa hit that fucking homer.
So we were talking about Ertz and Greg. Oh, God, he just got
He got
smoked.
pumped on that one, didn't he?
Is he dead? And you were saying that why you thought it was a penalty?
No, I think it wasn't a penalty.
No, Greg.
Well,
thought-
yeah, I don't think it came on the block. I think it came after the block when someone else from the Bills jumped in and Ertz kind of launched his head kind of going towards him, and I think that may be where the penalty came in.
You know, when the flag was first called, I texted you guys right away like, this guy's not handsy with anybody. How's he get a personal foul?
It was definitely weak sauce. You know what I mean? I thought it was like, it was nothing.
Yeah, I didn't think it was
showing
warranted,
a little
but
aggression though. Which
I loved it. He was fired up too when they scored. He was fired up. I love that out of him.
And all we're saying is, hey, pick your spots. Even though we thought it was nothing, and it was ticky tacky by the refs to do it. You know, it almost cost you 3. You know what I mean? With the conditions. All right, that's all. You know what I mean? It was just because the wind was going that way. So you figure if Hauschka had a chance, might have had a chance from 60, just because they were saying in pregame guys were bombing that way.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason you're like, all right, chill out. But you listen, you love to see it. You know, it's better than going through the motions for the last couple of weeks. You know what I mean? He's been on a U.S. women's soccer tour. For at least 5 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Might still be there until the block.
I think part of it
Might have
also
left again right after.
But part of it also is that he's targeting Goddard more.
Be back.
now.
Yeah.
Well,
Goddard's had more targets than Zach in back-to-back
he's getting
weeks.
double covered all day too.
And I think they said
people
today,
ain't rolling shit over to him. People are crazy.
I think they said today on the broadcast it's 17 less targets this year towards Ertz than this time last year.
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, and I think a lot of that is defenses.
His numbers are still solid.
And that, once again, that's good quarterback.
And
because that's what guys were
hanging
their hat on last
He's
year.
still got 45 catches.
Yeah, guys were all upset.
Guys were like last year. It's all he does. He just throws to Ertz.
All he does is throw the Ertz
And
every
we were,
play,
and
guys.
we were like, well, he's fucking
fucking
wide open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He fucking
when
throws
he's
him.
open, you throw to the guy that's fucking open.
You know?
This is simple shit here, guys.
1 + 1 is fucking 2, dude.
Yeah.
Stop trying to make it fucking
Why
3.
doesn't he throw to the guy that's covered? I don't understand.
Yeah. So it just makes sense now.
Fucking
You know what I
nerds.
mean? The guy caught
20
balls or whatever the fuck it was, and now he's getting double. They're rolling guys over, like you said, and Goddard's open. You know, hit the man that's open.
Absolutely, he spread the ball out well.
Hit the man that's funny. Yeah.
He spread the ball out well today.
Do us a favor, nerds. Fucking poke yourself in the eye.
He really did. He spread the football around well.
Speaking of that, how good is Deshaun Watson? Jeez and crackers.
Pretty good
Guy
player.
got kicked in the eye. Got kicked by the mule. His eyes went straight, and he threw a touchdown pass. Unbelievable.
Falls in the well, goes cross-eyed, kick by a mule, they go back.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was a dime piece too.
Yeah. I was a little behind him, but it's a great. Nobody on our team makes that catch though. But
Yeah, good play by Fells.
Fells makes a great grab there. But that's just to keep the play alive.
Yes, absolutely.
And getting kicked in the face.
Yeah.
He has to move his helmet before he makes the throw. Are you kidding me,
awesome.
dude?
Awesome.
He is really, really, really,
Yeah.
Really good. So real quick, confidence level of the Eagles making the playoffs. 1 out of 10. 10, obviously.
I'm at about 7.
You got to make
I'm
it.
at about 7.4 right now.
Well, 7-4 piece.
Oh, look at you.
Ain't mad at you. Sweepsy.
It's a professional score.
Oh, here we go. I know where that came from. And I'm not going to mention it. I know where that came from.
You don't go even numbers.
Get upfield, James.
Jimmy Graham hasn't broken a tackle since he got traded to
Geronimo Allison
Seattle.
just decided to whiff on 2 blocks and fall down.
That's why he's probably like it's probably Indian or something. He doesn't like the fact that they're playing the Chiefs.
I'm right around the 6.5, 7 as well. The next 3 weeks are huge.
Yep,
for me.
absolutely.
So I mean, you got to answer the question as honestly as I think, and not worry about the back end of the schedule. These next 3 weeks are huge. So 6.5, 7.
Well, great. Greg?
Yeah, I'm right there. Until they show, more consistency, being able to string some good games together, I'm probably about a 6.
6, okay. Anthony Adis has him at a 3. Wow. Really low. But I get you. I hear you. I can't be mad at it after the 2 weeks I saw before this week.
That seems surprisingly low, but okay.
But really low to me. Yeah, Jeff Lohmeyer says
So what do you
7.
got? What do you got into the last 8 then? I guess for him, that's
4-4. I guess.
4.
I mean, as a 3, I would
5
think.
and 3.
As a
That still puts you.
You can't even go 5-3. You probably make the playoffs.
As a 3, I would assume I'm assuming we're losing a lot
I
of
would
football games.
probably say not Wilson. I hear you. I mean, you
Well,
possibly
if we beat
just
the
because
Cowboys.
there's a gut team.
If we
No,
beat the
I
Cowboys
thought
in
you
one
were.
of them.
Oh yeah. I got you. I thought you were talking about wild card. I just feel like.
I just think. I mean,
the
I'm
cards.
saying
I think the wild card's gonna be pretty good.
it could be.
You know,
It's kind of
oh
wide.
yeah.
open.
I mean, I don't know
It's
the other
wide
team's
open,
schedules,
though.
but
It's wide open though.
I mean, you're talking about
But-
I'm saying if you got him losing to the Seahawks, and that means the Seahawks are continuing maybe to do their thing. The Rams might have just had a 3-week hiccup. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see what they do.
Yeah, they have
The Vikings,
They have the same amount of
you know.
losses as us, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, 5-3.
Rams.
Yeah.
Jeff Lohmeyer has him at a 7.
Rams.
No, 5-3.
Oh, Rams are 5-3.
Mama Ormsby has him at a 7. Stephen White has him at
Mama
an
D.
8. Eric Jacinto, 5.5 right now. Needs to see more and talked about the next 3 games.
That's a solid score. I like the answer.
Bill Middlebrook.
Big 3 weeks coming up.
Bill Middlebrook has an 8.5.
Woo!
Love that, Billy. Ryan Burrow says Mike Florio said something. Sorry. Mike Florio said the Eagles are exploring to do, in quotes, something fun before the deadline. What does that mean? I don't know. But I'm in for fun. Ryan.
What it means is that it gets our hopes up.
I'm in for fun. I don't give a shit. You just told me at the deadline I'm in for fun. I love some fun.
Are they giving out full-size Snickers on Halloween?
I love it.
I'll tell you.
Love a full size,
I'll tell
right?
you what.
At the NovaCare Center?
Yep. That's when you send your buddies back.
I'll tell you this
You know
right
what I
now,
mean?
though.
Hey.
Hey.
You see your body. Hey,
That's when you.
42's got Snickers.
That's when you have to change the masks.
Yeah.
We'll be back. Second mask. We'll be back to this block.
Yes, sir.
By the way, full-size candy bars at the Wilson household, always. That's one thing. One thing Glenn's always been on. We give out full-size candy bars.
Ooh, what kind we got?
I'll be
over there?
driving by. Yeah.
What?
What kind we got?
I saw him actually. I think he's always rocking Twix. It's always usually Twix, Snickers,
I'm in.
Reese's cups, and
The
then
2-packers?
Probably the two,
Okay.
the big one, and then
That's what she said.
the 4 one would probably be bigger.
Creeps back.
Nelson, would you relax?
But I think there's a couple others too. Like
Nice.
maybe,
I no, it's great spread.
great
spread.
Maybe a Crunch bar and Three Musketeer.
I'm in for the first 3. Twix, Snickers,
I don't think you
Reese's.
said anything bad over there.
Mine's Reese's, Snickers, Twix.
Yeah, I usually eat 3 to the ones I give out. So it's like 3.
Yeah.
3 here is always empty wrappers. like
Oh, I'm a problem.
I like
somebody else has
Butterfingers.
got to hand out.
I'm a Butterfinger fan.
Yeah. Got to eat
I'm
them
not-
in the
I'm
front.
not-
I love them, but I got to eat them in the front. There's just so much damage. All right, so I go like a beaver. Yeah, they fucking dig into your fucking molars. It's fucking molar talk. You know what I mean? It's fucking. You're like, what the fuck, man? Get it out of there, dude. I understand the toothbrush works, but you gotta wait a little bit. So I just fucking go front beaver. Fantastic, because I love a good beaver and I love a good Butterfinger.
Beavers and Butterfingers. We gotta make a shirt. ATD Radio. Beavers and Butterfingers.
That's what A2D does.
Definite notes. You don't want to do it in the wrong way. You want to do it in the right order.
Definite notes.
Can't have that on our watch. Come on.
I just picture you eating a Butterfinger like, bunch of small little bites right in the front.
You gotta put it like
That's
this.
it. Tell you. Is that a Scooby stick? Scooby stick.
Sweeps his teeth through the Butterfinger. No, he gnawed it like a fucking piece of wood.
Oh yeah, there was teeth. Teeth were involved.
It's like a leaf chipper.
Oh, hey Rails, good to see you.
It's an angry beaver.
Butterfingers.
Good win today. Hey Rails, good to see you.
We tend to go off the rails after wins.
Yeah, but buddy, I'm not a Butterfinger cat, but Sweeps it. It's obviously. I'm in for the beaver, but I'm more of a Snickers, Twix, Reese's guy.
I'm not that big on
That's a hell of a
chocolate.
trio.
But I'll eat a Butterfinger. I'm not,
Yeah.
I'll dive into stuff.
Yeah, Reese's.
I'm not against
cool with.
things. It's not one of my. It's not one of my 3.
I like Skittles.
Skittles are delicious.
Big Skittle guy.
But I was just thinking more
Bees
chocolate.
are huge Skittle.
Yeah, I'm not a big chocolate guy. That's why.
Oh, okay.
I like Skittles.
Unexpected. I've known you forever.
I know, it's just because
Guy drinks 76 waters a day.
I know.
I mean, you wouldn't
See,
expect that
a
either.
lot of
So, I
misses,
mean,
too.
there's a lot of layers to this cat.
A lot of misses
You don't know
too.
about this.
If you saw in the room,
a lot of misses.
like Ben at the free throw line last year, rookie year. Ben at the free throw line was rookie year. I can't make a shot.
They get picked up.
Greg, you got the remote? Guys,
Let him know.
I should just have it glued to my nipple. I mean, I'm a big remote guy. If you come over to my house, I got to have the remote because I'm a last channel fucking champ. You won't even fucking miss nothing, dude. In between pitches, I'll get you a snap in the fucking Packers game. I don't need to see. Oh, yeah, that's a ball. Be right back. BRB. See you in a sec.
It's like in
Or you just set up
My
TV.
nipple. on, let me get that ass.
He's like
That's in the dirt. Take it.
He's
Right
like
back.
he's like in Fight Club when they splice the porn into the kids' movies. Did we just see that? Channel changed so quick, didn't even notice it. Zip, zip.
Or you just set up 2 TVs and you're good to go.
Yeah. There he is.
Nice, there he is.
There she blows.
One of yours is a surveillance camera, and then one of yours is a regular TV.
They're both TVs. Their surveillance is on the iPad.
Oh, gee.
No, the iPad's got the camera that's hooked into the back of his chair, just staring at whoever he's driving around.
Look at that rack.
Oh, is that an upskirt?
I think 345. 345. We had 2 skirts in there. I'm gonna skip forward to that.
Oh my God. Little cash cap.
I got like 14 of them taped, buddy. I love that show. I got 14 on the DVR. I watch it all the time. Big Ben guy.
Man, wow, that just. Woo. Where were we at?
Cash cap.
Yep,
Yeah,
Ryan sweeps reported a rapid fire channel switcher. I like to pride myself in it too, but that was phenomenal.
Foolish demon over here. This show is gold, LMAO.
My man.
I'm crying. Yeah, right. 9 out of 10 on the channel switching scale.
Yeah,
I'm a
perfect 10.
You have me done with the nipple. You have me done with.
I go to the Russian fucking judge. I'm 10 for 10. And then the old man's always trying to get
Give him a tan.
The old man hates when I come downstairs because he's got horse racing on the whole time, and I'm like, horse racing and CNN.
Yep, this is this
I
guy.
go, get this
guy.
I don't get the fucking CNN off. Let's go. The World Series is on.
This is what
Football's
he
on.
does. This morning it was 10:30. I said, dude, what are we watching right now? I don't care. I don't care that we caught the guy for ISIS right now. You know what I mean? Like I got a big
They
game
got
coming up.
Baghdadi. I'm happy with that.
I got a big no.
Great work.
Great work.
I'm happy they got him.
I got an agenda today.
Moving on. Yeah.
I got an agenda today. I got a big game coming up here.
Yeah.
I want to see what's being talked about.
I'm sorry.
I
I
want to dive in a little bit. Come on.
I'm sorry.
lineups to say?
I have to watch sports.
Yeah.
On Sunday.
No, I mean he's a
It's
sports
what I do.
junkie, but I just think when you get older, I guess you just want to dive in a little bit around the world. You know what I mean? You want to wet your beak on what's
talk.
on what's going on. I don't get it.
Yep.
I don't get it. Usually, 20 years ago, gotta be parlaying up. You had the newspaper out, circling.
Oh, Aaron Jones got hurt.
Oh, it's Christmas.
We're gonna talk about same arm slot talk.
Spidey chimes in. I tried to tell my wife I'll put a cheap 40-incher for the kids next to the 65. I thought it was a win-win. She's not buying it.
Yeah, I can't blame her.
Would you get an update, Will? Son of a biscuit.
Yeah, it just said
Needed that touchdown.
questionable to return.
It's because fucking cocksucking review. You would have had 2 touchdowns. That would have been nice. Then you could take the rest of the day off, pal.
2 touchies. Everyone's happy. Take a seat. Get an orange square in the juice box.
All right, so we gave her confidence level.
Confidence is
I'm
high.
going an 8. Going an 8. I'm not Bill or 8.5. I'm not there. I mean 7's a good number. They're all good numbers. I didn't agree with the 3. I mean the 3. If they lose this week,
Very aggressive.
If they lost it,
If we were
Very
3 and
aggressive.
5 right now,
yeah.
I'd give you a 3.
If we lost to the Bills, then I might give you a 2. You know what I mean? I might have thrown a 2 or a 1 around.
The 3 to me screams that we're not making the playoffs. That's what you're telling me.
Oh, it screams ugly. 3 screams ugly. 4 or 5 sort of say to me that I don't believe it.
Ugly.
You know what I mean? 3 tells
In here.
3 tells me I'm out. I'm off the wall. Or I jumped off the wall to the bench already, and that's what that tells me.
Oh yeah.
So around the league a little bit, we touched on some things already throughout the show because it's what we do. But I got one more just around the league for you guys. And somebody mentioned in the chat, 5-0 Bridgewater. Who pays him next year? He said, somebody he thinks that he'll get some money next year from somebody.
Chicago, maybe.
Oh, okay, that's a good.
You
name.
know who I would
Well,
try to,
I mean,
you know who I
yeah,
try
go
to pay? I'm sorry. You know who
No,
I would
no,
try to
you're
pay though, and it's not a sexy name, but I think this guy, I think it's going to be tough to lure him away from where he's at. But I think he's a free agent either after this year or the next, and I just don't see when he's going to possibly start for them. But I think he's a guy that, if given a starting job, can make plays in this league, and that's Taysom Hill. I'd try to get my hands on Taysom Hill if I could.
He's a great athlete. I hear you. I mean, he just used,
Sean Payton raves about how he thinks he would be a really good quarterback in this league.
Yeah, he compares him to, Steve Young or something? I thought he got that comparison before. No, I hear you. I just think.
Wow, that's high praise.
Yeah,
Steve Young's pretty high praise. I agree. But I'm just like,
I didn't say
I'm not saying. I'm not saying that. I think Teddy's not a bad move, but to me, he's an adequate starter in this league.
He's another systems guy.
Taysom Hill could be a guy that you fall into that's a diamond in the rough that turns into a star. I don't think Teddy's going to ever be a star player.
Teddy Two Gloves to me is another Foles, all right? Perfect system, talent around you, and just hang on for a little bit. Do enough. Don't get us in trouble, all right? Don't turn over the football, all right? And we'll be okay, all right? The Saints are very good on defense, 5-0. Like I said, take nothing away from Teddy Two Gloves, right? But 5-0, they can run the ball. All right, they got two good running backs once again. Ingram went out the door, but they got two good running backs. All right, you got good receivers, and they got a good defense. All right, so all they need you to do is hold it together, and that's what he did. All right, so you tip your cap to him. I probably wouldn't have played Brees today with a bye coming up. You should have but it was what it was. He wanted to get out there, and he looked great.
Yeah, I don't know that he necessarily leaves New Orleans.
Yeah, I don't know that he will.
You don't know how long
Yeah.
Drew has left, truly.
Yeah, that's true.
He said he wants to play 2 more years, Drew, but I hear you.
He just may stay, and as you said, ride out till Breeze is there. He's in a good situation. He likes it there. It's not like he's trying to get out, because I think he understands, too, that his value isn't super high.
Which one are you talking about?
But Teddy.
Bridgewater or Taysom?
Teddy. His value isn't super, super high.
Yeah, but somebody pays him a ton of money.
But if someone pays him, he's probably gone, yeah.
Sure, and somebody will. Somebody will overpay for him because the back end of the league is terrible. A lot of terrible starters.
Cincinnati's probably looking for a QB after this season, I would assume. Andy Dalton's got to be done.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking too of probably Lance. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
between the fight at the bat rack, because if they're because even if they're definitely going to be 1 or 2. You know what I mean? And I hope that obviously the Miami doesn't go down that route. So I'm hoping it is Cincinnati and they can have him. Maybe he's a good player. I don't want to get into
Jeff Lohmeyer says Teddy in Tampa with
I know what you're hoping for. Hoping for Jonathan Taylor, then skip to next season as number 1 pick again.
No, now I want Chase Young. He's the best player in football. He's the best player in college.
He is a stud.
He's awesome.
For Ohio State.
That's the guy I like to get now. You know what I mean? So,
especially I'm a big DN guy.
Like I said, they got a ton of holes. You know what I mean? Not to get on a freaking Dolphins tangent. You know what I mean? So they need a ton of money.
Start up front.
That guy's a change.
Start up front.
That guy, he's a game changer, man. They wouldn't even. I mean, Wisconsin. What do you need? A safe to fall on your head? I mean, they weren't even doubling him. You didn't get a chip on him. It was just the same guy. He was just absolutely abusing. He was like, "You got any Butterfingers, bro?"
Jeff Lohmeyer says Teddy in Tampa with all them weapons and Arians all day. That'd be a good fit.
That'd be really good.
That'd be a good fit, too.
Real quick, Wills, to your Taysom Hill. He is a free agent after this year.
That's what I thought.
But he will be 30 next year. So because he went to BYU and went on the Mormon mission, he's not as young as a normal second-year player, third-year player is.
Though.
No, he hasn't.
Yeah, he doesn't have like the wear and tear of a normal 30-year-old.
No, Renee Ballard. Hey, fellas. Hey, Renee. We pulled it out. Run Howard. Agreed. Foolish Demon gave it 6.5 in his confidence level. Philly 0024 says Foolish Demon. You just found out about Red Zone. You've been missing out. Yeah, you have. Yes, you have.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's get in the crumb of the week and see what you guys got in store. Well, we all got in store. What the family's got in store. What do you got?
You can go first.
I'll go first.
Well, for me, it's and the Astros did the right thing. It's Brandon Tallman. You know what I mean? Like, you just can't do it. And I don't care what anybody says, and anybody defends whatever they want to defend. All right, he knew what he was doing. All right, in a crowded room, in a celebration, so you guys are going to the World Series. There's no, you want to single out some female reporters and drop Ozuna's name on them. You know what I mean? That's just, you're a piece of shit. And the Astros finally did some investigation and did the right thing. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So I don't know if there was a beef. I don't know the whole backstory. I don't really care. Right? You're supposed to be an executive, an assistant. You're an executive.
Yep.
With an organization that's had a lot of success last 4 or 5 years.
And you got the world.
Right?
You got the world by the balls too, essentially.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get a GM job soon.
Yeah.
And that's it's ridiculous that you're going to go up and be yelling and screaming and all the extra. It's absurd.
Yeah. Just low class, and obviously it was good to see, good to see him get the gate.
Yep, good to see him do the right thing.
Yep.
Greg?
My crumb is going to come outside of the sports world. It was down at Bally's today in the sports book, and our server was just terrible. And, you're working Sunday at a sports book, and you didn't come around once with a correct order.
Wow.
I'm a very patient patron at a restaurant or at in that type of setting.
Not a great tipper, but he's patient.
No. I'm a good tipper. I'm a great tipper. But, and I understand situation. I understand everything. But you didn't come around. We waited 45 minutes for a round of drinks sometimes. It was just really bad. And it was like it tested your limits of tipping at the end of the night when you're just like, what do I do? Because this guy was horrendous, and it wasn't his first day.
But my number one for Bally's, I would actually, for me, the crumb there is Bally's. Because it's
probably.
Because guess what? Why the fuck
Why
is there
is he
a male
working?
server?
Well, that too.
I'm sorry.
Why am I not
we're
looking
at the sports
Why
book.
am I not looking
I'm not
at
trying
as
to get
short-
all
as a short
sexist
skirts?
right now, but we're at the sports book.
Completely
We
agree.
want female fucking servers.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
And
They're gonna
every
be a
other
male
section had
bartender.
one. Every other section had one. Even the row in front had one. And we're
I
just
don't
like,
give a fuck. I'm
Where,
just being
where
honest.
we get this guy?
She's going to get a better tip.
So, that's it. It was a great time, though. Outside of that, that was awesome today.
I hear you. Doolittle's in. Top 7, 4-0, in case anybody needs an update.
You got one? Because I'm thinking.
Game 5, Scherzer got scratched. Apparently dealing with some neck back issues. Jordan's got 3 hits as Wilson's captain. He told us before the show that he would go yard. Good job out of you, big fella.
Yeah, I wish I would have known Cray was going to go yard too. He would be doing pretty well.
Could have been a better day for you.
But no, they're taking him out too. That's all right. That's okay. 3 hits. We'll take it.
Yeah, he's not a good defender, so that's a good move.
Yeah.
Besides the fact he's your captain, that's a good move.
Well, at this
For
point,
once.
At this point, he's got enough points that it should be okay. It should be fine. I mean, you had a good crumb. Greg's, we don't even know. The guy could have been a good server. I don't even know if I trust Greg. But
No name. Nameless.
didn't even tell us the server's name.
Nathan.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. He sucked. He
all I
sucked.
need to know.
He was awful. Not even Nathan.
Nathan.
Oh, yeah.
No,
He
it's
was,
like
He
a
would,
Mitchell.
come, he would come around and
was
just,
gonna
it's
say.
Nate.
He was
No,
Mitchell.
it's Nathan.
he was
That's
terrible.
Mitchell. Call me Mitch.
He was
Call me
terrible.
Mitchell, not
He was
Mitch.
like Nathan Peterman.
Yeah. Well, Nathan Peter probably let you call him Nate, though.
No, I don't think he would. He's always Nathan Peterman when they show him on the highlights.
Gruden's high on him.
Yeah. I don't know what
Is
that
he?
means.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves him.
Just from the hard.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
The only reason I know.
I mean, I'm on the Bills. I don't
Oh, yeah, no.
I don't think anybody was high with him when he was on the Bills.
His resume screams dog shit. So I mean,
He wasn't high on himself.
As a backup guy, he just likes him. He liked him kind of over Glennon, I guess. But
That's easy, I guess.
yeah.
Mike stinks too.
Yeah.
So which shit smells better?
Yeah.
Mike Glennon.
Which shit has corn in it.
Matt Haxton.
This man's had a good meal the night before.
What Philadelphia team
love
will be the next team to bring the city a championship?
Come on, Maldonado, you pussy. To me, it's the Sixers.
I agree.
And it could be this year. I don't know that it is this year, but I think it's the Sixers.
I'm right with you.
I hear you.
I'm right with you.
Yeah, they're probably the best constructed and closest
Absolutely.
right now. Right
Absolutely. Agreed. 120%.
I mean, if we're strictly going by in the next calendar year, definitely it's the Sixers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
With absolutely.
Well, who's going to win it
things
first?
are and things are a little
Or
more
next.
and things are a little more spread out in the West.
Yep.
You know what I mean? For 6-7 years, the Warriors were just absolutely. It wasn't fair. You know what I mean? And you see, Steve Kerr getting exposed now. It's only 2 games in, and we'll see if we'll make some adjustments. But he's busy yelling at at the government instead of maybe coaching. You know what I mean? Like, and to his own admission, like he didn't have to do anything for the last 6 years.
Yep,
you know what I mean?
nothing.
He just had to wake up. Set the alarm for April.
Yeah.
Is it playoff time yet? All right. Let's go. You know what I mean? Automatic 60-something wins. You know what I mean?
KD, Clay, Steph, make shots.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Go have a good game out there.
So we'll see, what he's made of. But it's a little more, even, as I said, it's a little more spread out. You know what I mean? Not that, you take anything away from the Lakers. I love the Clippers. I think they're fantastic. We know what the Nuggets, the Nuggets are good. So, but it just feels, like I said, even if we made it last year, it just felt like, oh, man, shit, we got to see them over there,
TTP says if we beat, what up, brother? He said if we beat Dallas at home in December, we make the playoffs. If we lose, we don't. Simple as that. And I'm at a 5 confidence level.
All right.
Middle of the pack, though. It's that's safe spot.
My crumb. My crumb are the Ben Simmons haters right now, early on, and there was a lot yesterday. And listen, I get it.
After 2 quarters,
Yep.
I just don't understand.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad you're addressing it, but like, why?
That's why I feel like I have to.
I know. I'm
It's
just
not
saying,
a big one.
It's almost like driving. It's almost like you want to drive by.
Like, what do they have? 13?
What
do you have? 13?
Look at those 3 assholes over there. I'm just gonna keep driving by. Like, I can't even stop to say hello to you because it's
like, what do you have?
13,
13,
2 quarters
13, 10, 6, and 7 steals yesterday. Is that what he had?
Yeah, I know he had 7 steals, but I looked at him in the fourth quarter as being the aggressive guy I need in the fourth, right?
Yeah.
So, like, what you do for the first 3 quarters, like, okay, it matters, obviously. I'm not saying it doesn't, or the first 2 quarters. I'm not saying it doesn't, but the guy turned up his energy, made big plays in the fourth quarter. Like, I mean, because the guy's not shooting threes all day. Like,
I love these guys. Like, he hasn't shot a jumper.
He shot a fadeaway the other day.
We're playing.
He shot a fadeaway last night.
We're going to be playing bully ball a lot of the year, guys. We're really big, and we're trying to beat people up inside. That's what we want to do.
Analytics tell you
That's what
that.
we want to do. Now, when we get to games where they pack it in, is he going to have to shoot some jumpers? Absolutely. And hopefully he's going to be making them.
Yeah.
But until that time, I'm more worried about him just making foul shots.
Listen,
that's me.
Listen, I'm bigger than all of it. I'm worried about just getting out with dubs. As many dubs as I can grab up. You know what I mean?
It's the same thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially,
I don't care if
everyone's like upset
that
that we were in a tough game. We were on the road. Detroit doesn't stink.
No, and
They'll
no
probably
Joel.
make the playoffs.
No Joel, and you win a game. Joel plays 23 minutes game 1, and you still win a game. You're 2-0 with your best player playing 23 minutes.
It's the
He's
NBA.
probably not going to play tomorrow.
Right? It's the
And
NBA.
that's fine.
Anything can happen, right?
Yeah.
The Clippers just got doored last night by the Suns.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, it happens. Just calm down, all right? The W was huge, and I don't care if he was 0 for 15. You know what I mean? It's like, you're going to just judge him one game? Like, that's not going to
They're just animals out there. Like
expecting instant success.
these
You know what I mean?
people-
Like,
it's
you
these
know,
people that
microwave
fucking-
people.
Yeah, no,
Microwave
it
people,
is.
You know what I mean?
It's
fucking use the oven once in a while.
Fans
and
since
we know one of the idiots.
2017.
We know one of the idiots that's a microwaver. We know one of them. We're not going to say names, but we know. We know who one of the main culprits of this nonsense is.
Giant dildo in there.
Yeah, Like right, it's like sitting
In the microwave.
Yeah, warming it up.
Kyle?
Sculpting it.
Yeah, I'm trying not to say names.
Sculpting it.
There you go.
Why?
Like
he's
Ghost?
not here anymore. We
I
trashed
just
him for
don't
months.
even. I don't think he even needs the publicity of the name.
No,
Anymore.
we're not going to say his last name.
First that giveaway, but yeah.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna give you the crumb to his. My crumb's gonna be to his friends who apparently have been attacking you.
Yeah.
The one in particular, and then they like come back like they're trying to, now they're making it bad on you. Like he's coming at somebody with a heart condition. I don't give a fuck that he has a heart condition. First off,
I would have cared 24 hours ago.
Like seriously, don't bring that shit up after he's already made comments to somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's like, oh, he said all those things, but you shouldn't be mad because he has a heart condition. We don't give a fuck that he has a heart condition. He could drop dead tomorrow. I don't care. One bit. All right? And keep that on. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm just saying. Like, don't say shit to you and then be like, hide behind the heart condition. No, we're not allowed to say anything back.
Yeah.
Because he has a heart condition. No, fuck that.
Yeah, people
if he wants to say shit, then shit's going to get said back to him. That's just the way shit is.
Yeah, people were making it
That's
out
why-
like I
that's
said
why
something
it's
wrong about him. I didn't know he had a heart condition. I don't even know the dude.
And you can tell him you can tell him I said something wrong. I don't give a fuck.
Guy said last night
He's got something saying.
he essentially wishes death upon
Doors
me.
open.
He essentially wished death upon me. Right? That's okay. I don't even know the guy. I can't put a picture up and take a shot at him. Everybody started coming at me like, you know he has a heart condition, right? I don't really care now.
I don't care.
I might have cared 24 hours ago. Like if you told me like, oh, this guy's been through a lot. Oh, okay. I mean, I'm not gonna write him a card or anything.
I wouldn't.
You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna be as ruthless as you are. But I hear you. You know what I mean? But
you need a guy like me around. All right?
No, absolutely.
I'll be that guy. I'm fine with it.
it's just to me that's disgusting. And then on Twitter, you're gonna start like. It's just unbelievable.
I just don't like how they made it out that you were the bad guy because this guy has a heart condition. Like, did you already see that this guy wrote him 3 paragraphs about how he's a piece of shit and
Yeah.
and all his company sucks and all this stuff? Like, you expect him to just be like, you know what, man, you're right. You seem like you're a tiny guy, maybe a Make-A-Wish kid. I'll just let it go. Fuck that.
I don't even know you, dude.
Yeah, fuck that dude.
I just
don't
thought
know
you were a
who the
little
fuck you
guy.
are.
I thought you were like a half midget, like not fully midget, just half
I just
midget.
figured that Kyle has a bunch of mutant friends, and you're one of them.
Well, I wouldn't expect them to
that.
hang out with cool people. I just would assume that.
Oh, Jonesy's back. All right. Way to toughen it up, Jonesy.
Anthony A says, who has a heart condition? Some jackass that was in the group.
Some kid that was making fun of Tom,
Yeah.
and then got mad that we made fun of him back. That's the whole thing.
Simple stuff.
Simple shit. Simple shit.
All right, fam. It's been real. Shows daily here at A2D. Subscribe on YouTube. Hit the follow or the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit all that. Facebook, same thing. A2D Live. Get the notifications every time we go live over there as well. For Tom Arnone, Nick Delgazzo, Brian Wilson, Greg Milakovic on the ones and twos, and talking as well. He's the guy talking to you behind the glass.
We'll be back next Sunday
Bears
night,
week.
probably,
Yep.
right?
Bears week.
Yep,
Next
most
Sunday
likely next Sunday night with a post gamer. If things change, we might jump on in the morning, but that'll be our last
You done
night timer, and then we'll be rocking pregame shows for you
You got one
from
more
here on out.
next
Yep,
week?
one more. Well, really one and a game.
We'll probably pop some pregame off Friday on the wood, though.
Yeah, we'll get the wood out
And
for
I'm
you.
sure you'll be hearing stuff all week. We got all shows all week. Check everybody out.
Daily. And for the podcast fam, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, Google Play, and SoundCloud. Follow us all over there as well. We're everywhere, baby. We're taking over, even though people think we aren't. We're here to stay, motherfucker. And if you don't know, now you know.
You heard?
Thank you.
Oh, shit.
Thank you. Is he dead? Thank you to our doc. Make him yours. Well, Aaron might need to make him his real quick. Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy,
That was Williams.
LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations.
That was Williams.
As well as ATSSportPicks.com. ATSSportPicks.com. Use promo code A2D. Get 20% off all the free picks. They're not free because you're paying, essentially, but then they become free. You know how it works. You guys all been in that business.
If you're giving you good picks, then it's good. Everything's gravy.
Just follow along with them. I don't. That's always been my problem. Hey, I'll see you Wednesday night with Greg. And, again, shows daily. We'll see you soon. Peace.
Later.
Folks, Bob Mannery here, and you're listening to Agree to Disagree, the flagship, only on A2D Radio. Uncle Sweeps, Nick Delgazzo, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These 3 guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want. Folks, Bob Mannery here.